Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock. My name is Joe and this is the Watchalong. Bournemouth versus Manchester United at the Vitality. And my word is there's some vitality in the room today. We've been sat out in the sun, Jay, aren't we? Soaking up the rays, feeling that spring glow in the air. How are you?
Yeah, it's been nice, man. It's been good. Got past all the marathon road closures. Managed to get in time for me and you to go for a scan, and I've caught the sun as well, so I'm happy.
It's a bit warm for that jacket.
No, it's the air conditioning here, right? I'm cold all the time. The air conditioning is
leave it on.
So, I don't know. I don't like wearing a jacket.
Don't let him,
bully me.
Ronaldo Brown's here with what's left of his iced latte.
Oh yeah, where did the rest of it go?
It went down your shirt and all over the
Ronnie
table.
had the worst minute anyone's ever had.
He was drinking from his cup, and then it all went down his top, and then over Ronnie, you just go next top, and he put it, and then he tried to put the lid on, and it slipped out free, and it just poured all over the table. So we've got it all sorted, and we're here for Manchester United versus Bournemouth. It's a big game today, if you don't include every other game that's ever taken place. Describe to me, Jay, United's current situation, what this season has become, how you feel about these sorts of games. Obviously, it's a tough game. I think we lose most of the time away at Bournemouth. But how do you feel about Manchester United at the minute in the league?
I would class, in the league, I class our form and our situation as embarrassing.
Yeah.
And in the Europa, I think it's given us a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
So those are the two sort of situations we're in. I've never seen anything like this in the league. The only people of United fans who've seen this something like this in the league are those who are around for 73, 74 season.
Yeah.
Because we are woeful. Even when people going about Fergie struggling in those first few years, I don't think we ever finished below. I think 13th was his lowest, and that was the season we won the FA Cup, I believe.
Yeah.
And there's a chance we'll finish below 13th this season. It's been dire, absolutely dire.
Sorry, just to put some numbers and details on that a little bit. United have lost 15 games this season out of the 33 that we've played, which is obviously astonishing, more than any other finish. So we've won 10, drawn 8, lost 15. We've only scored 38 goals in 33 games, which again is absolutely terrible. That's less than West Ham. That's who are 17th currently. It's 23 goals fewer than Tottenham have scored with 61, and they're a bit of an outlier because I think only 4 teams have scored more than Tottenham, so they're a bit of an odd one. But the amount of goals we're scoring is awful. -8 goal difference. We've lost 3 of our last 4 games. No wins in 4 either. It is just a terrible situation we found ourselves in, isn't it, Ronnie?
Yeah, it is, and it's a tough day. Do you know what I mean? There's apparent silverware to be won elsewhere. Not to burst everyone's bubble, but it's everything points towards obviously the Europa League.
Today?
Yeah, they come in today.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What, Liverpool and that?
Yeah. So
when do they?
That's kind of dampened my spirits.
They kick off at 4:30, so we'll be done by then.
Yeah, we'll be done then.
We're just not even going to mention the word Liverpool until then.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's in a negative fashion.
Yeah, if they start
because we're shameless, we can do that. But anyway,
they're only going to they've only going to.
Unless we're talking about this city as ours, then we can mention the city of Liverpool.
Right, it's good program that. But not like as you said, not to derail it too much because Joe will get on to me for that, innit? So. I
thought we kept on Joe single for that as well. But like the taskmaster that he is, the evil taskmaster who won't let us have any fun. It's all about the watch-along and the game.
Speaking of that, can we all hear that? Yeah. The drum. There's like a weird
Mardi Gras seems
like
to be walking through the northern quarter.
We saw loads of people like on the Lambrettas and all that. The Union Jacks everywhere, and it wasn't even Union Jacks, it was St George's Crosses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on up there, but if you can hear that drumming in the beat in the background.
It's all happening in the city centre today.
It's really popping off. We've got the marathon, we've got that. Sorry, Ronaldo, to interrupt you.
No, it's true. We've got nice weather as well.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The weather's all right today, man.
Don't
let Jay's jacket fool you.
Right, I'm sorry.
The weather's nice out there.
So I'm not trying to make no disrespect, I'm not Joe Smith. Where you wear your jacket indoors all the time.
Stop going to me all the time. No, you can't really.
But we've been scraping the barrel for positives recently, innit? Yeah. And it just feels like everything points towards the Europa League and how important that will be and how important that could be going forward. And then it feels like there's a bit of a pre-season testimonial vibe now to the Premier League games that are left as well. Which it could be a situation where you can see other players, you can blood in a couple of youngsters, but at the same time you don't want to be sleepwalking going into a tie like we have on Thursday as well. So you don't want this result to get too far away from us because everything points towards Bournemouth giving us a possible hiding.
Yeah, I mean, and also looking at the points and the positions, it's somewhere, depending on where you read, somewhere between, I've seen anywhere between 1.5 and sort of 4 million quoted as the per place extra. And again, I don't think they announced that specifically, but they're the numbers I've seen. So let's say it's somewhere in the middle. Let's say it's around 3 million quid per position. That's a lot. Like, as it currently stands, I don't think we're getting 12th. I think that's out of our sort of bracket because Crystal Palace in 12th. Admittedly, they've played a game more than us, but they're currently 7 points ahead of us, and I don't see us making those 7 points up in 5 games. The options on the table are we're currently on 38. Everton are above us on 38 as well, but they played a game more. Wolves, who have won some, I don't know what they're playing at, winning 6 games in a row out of nowhere. Ludicrous. I don't know what they're doing all of a sudden, but they are 3 points clear of us, but they've played an extra game. So those 2 positions are up for grabs. I think we can finish as high as 13th. And obviously as low as 17th as well, although West Ham are doing their best to not gain any points at the minute. So we'll probably be pretty safe in that 15th, 16th spot, which is absolutely astonishing. But that's an extra potential, 6 million quid, up to 8 million quid. That's a lot. That's a new transfer's wages for a year. If we get someone on 100 grand a week, what is that, 5 million quid?
Yeah.
150 grand a week. You're looking at 8 million quid. That could be the difference there.
No, you make a good point. I think never sort of in recent history has it been more important for us to finish like in terms of money. I don't mean obviously finishing first over second is more important, but in terms of money, is it more important for us to finish higher because we're so skint. Even in the past, where this Glazer era, where we've not had the money perhaps to spend, we should have done. We've always had money. We've always been able to go out and buy players that we want to buy. But it feels like this summer we're having to do all sorts to get deals over the line, and there's question marks over how many players we can bring in, whether the manager's going to have to stick with players he doesn't even fancy. There's rumours that maybe he's not too keen on the goalkeeper, but he looks at other areas as a priority because he can't afford to replace him. I don't know how true that is, but it does feel like you say, Joe, every penny does matter.
Yeah, it does.
So just from that, and also I say this all the time on the previews when we're chatting on the Paddock podcast, usually on a Monday after a demoralising defeat in the Premier League, just week in, week out, you want to see your team winning.
Yeah.
Like, it's just embarrassing. We had that such a massive high against Leon, and then went to the Wolves game, took my kids, and it's just normal service resumed of shite.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. I'm just curious as well. I know you're going to get into it now with the team.
Yeah. I haven't seen the team yet.
It's quite a strong team.
Is it?
And I'm wondering whether he's going, look, this is, this is the Leon team. This Bilbao team, or the Athletic Club team.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it now because it feels a bit like it is.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that team, like I said, I've not actually seen that until right now. So we've got Onana in goal, Mazraoui, Maguire and Yoro. We've got Dorgu, Casemiro, Fernandes and Luke Shaw starting. We're assuming left wing back, unless, obviously, I think Harvey's put this together. It's all a little bit up in the air. I see a scenario where Mazraoui is right wing back, Dorgu is left wing back and Luke Shaw is one of those centre backs. I see that as a possibility. Do you see that, Ronnie? Or
I think we just don't anticipate Luke Shaw playing left wing back for it, especially with if we ever want to see him play again.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not sure exactly on what that will be. I think that could go either way, personally.
It's the same. I mean, it's probably likely Mainu in the 10, but it's not set in stone.
No, exactly. Mainu and Bruno
that could be turned on its head. I would like to see. I'm with Ronnie on this one. I think he's been bang on when he says Mainu in the 10. That's why I want to see him play. I think he can do a very good job there.
Yeah.
And
I think especially when you've got a ball carrying number 10 on the other side with Garnacho. I like Mainu. I know Mainu can carry the ball, but he doesn't have that.
Right there is where he saved our season.
Yeah.
A week ago. People want to forget already.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because you got to think about where he fits in the system. We don't really have a complementary profile of player that suits him in terms of him playing in a pivot to kind of cover for his deficiencies in terms of his athleticism and his ability to cover ground, which was a demanding thing for the pivot when it was Ten Hag, and it's the same under Ramarim. I think the left 10 position is probably, we can alternate between playing there and playing in the middle as well. It's probably what suits him best in this system anyway. I still think his best position will be one of the more advanced midfielders in their three.
Yeah.
When he's got a bit more license to be box to box, can go forward a little bit more, but he's got a little bit more cover defensively. But for the manager we've got now and for the system we're playing now, I think that's a decent position for him to play.
A first start for Luke Shaw for United, by the way, since Luton away on the 18th of February 2024. So we're looking at 13 months or so.
Yeah, Sky've got him.
We're gonna get that changed, I think. If we can.
They've got Dog.
Yeah, Luke Shaw left wing back.
They've got Fernandes in the team.
Yeah,
maybe 10 years ago.
That bit, the Fernandes bit, I'm less sure of. I could definitely see Mainu playing further up because he likes Bruno a bit deeper as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think that the great thing that Mainu's got, don't we all? The great thing that Mainu's got that I think no one else has got. I think Kobbie Mainoo has probably got the best first touch, other than maybe Luke Shaw would argue with that. But I think of our attacking players, Mainoo's got the best first touch. He's got the best close control of anyone.
Yeah. That goal the other night,
that summed it up perfectly. But how many times he's not even an attacker, and up until this season he's not really playing in those areas. How many times do we see, Kobbie Mainoo get the ball in the box and the touch is correct and he can keep it close to his body but still have enough space to do things with it?
It's mad, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it does feel as well with Mainoo, he's not scored loads of goals, but the goals he's scored have been important ones. Like there was the win against Wolves, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Which obviously was a big
one.
He
pops up at the right time.
The FA Cup final speaks for itself. The goal against the Scousers.
Yeah.
He always does seem to, when he does get a goal, the Leon goal is as big as they come in terms of what it means for this season and potentially next season. So, yeah, while his numbers might not be amazing, he's certainly in important games and steps up.
Would you have liked to have seen, obviously, the fact he definitely can't play in Europe? Would you have liked to have seen Fredrickson getting his opportunity last week and doing decently well? With the way that Højlund's been playing, do you think Cheeto starting this game ahead of Højlund might have been something you would have liked to have seen, especially playing in a team that's not too makeshift and is relatively strong around him? Or is it about keeping Højlund's confidence going?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I agree.
Because I think there's one thing resting him and trying to get him fit and making sure he's fully ready. But there's another thing of like coming into a game cold as well, and especially mentally, he's ice cold already, isn't he? And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't think he could be less confident if he tried at the minute, Rasmus Højlund. He's probably, since being about 6 years old, when he will have first started to like stand out as better than his peers, he's probably never been as lacking in confidence as he is now.
This is probably
the worst he's ever felt as a footballer.
It's a good point, yeah, because I don't like.
Other than he got let go, didn't he? By where was it? In Denmark?
Not Mold. They're not even Danish, are they? Who was it? Was it FC Copenhagen?
Yes, I think it was FC Copenhagen. So he got let go by them. But other than that, I can't imagine he's ever felt lower.
You hear the groans in the crowd. You see it online, like whether it's at the game or just social media. Yeah. Everyone's on his case. Everyone's criticising him. I get it, because you can't ignore the fact he's got one goal in 30 games or 29 games, whatever it is. But I do feel for him. You can see that he's just lost his confidence. Yeah. He's obviously in a dysfunctional team, which doesn't help. Sometimes he doesn't get the service he should be getting. I think we can all agree on that. But you've got to do better as a number 9 for Manchester United than have a goal every 6 months, whatever it is. Come on, that's not all right. And I do feel for him, but I think you both have nailed it. I said this for the Arsenal game, when everyone wanted Cheeto to come on and he brought on Rasmus, I think you've got to manage his confidence because Europe's the big one.
Yeah,
it is, and you need him.
And Cheeto, obviously, you mentioned it, Ronnie, but just as a reminder, Cheeto cannot play in Europe.
Yeah, so we need Rasmus Højlund to feel at least loved by the manager.
Yeah.
Going into that game against Athletic Club, which is seminal.
Yeah. It's Daniel Sturridge there on the commentary. Better technical player than Wayne Rooney. We
saw that. We spoke about this. Adam McCullough needs to keep better company sometimes on the club.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miles, by the way,
Miles is all right.
The first time I ever met him, I think I've only ever met him once, came straight over to me.
Yeah. Did he?
And was like, I've got a bone to pick with you. I've never met him before. Yeah. Because I predicted Arsenal to finish 6th.
Right, okay. So I hope you're going to return the favour when you next see him.
I always forget how much rival fans are tapped into.
Yeah. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I've got a bone for you.
Because that is one of the... And you summed it up perfectly on Twitter, Ronnie. I was talking about what people think being a technical player is. And they think it's stepovers and tricks and silky dribbling and all that, and skillful.
And what did you say? What did you say about
it? You almost summed up. I'm going to try and find it. The almost perfect sort of dictionary definition of what a technical player is. And I'm going to try and find it now. But people were basically saying like, well, what is a technical player? Because if anyone didn't see it, on the club, Miles, who is an Arsenal fan, was talking and he said he thought that Daniel Sturridge was a more technical player, or technically a better player than Wayne Rooney. To which Adam McCullough stormed off.
Yeah.
Rory, I think, walked off.
Even Boover, who's, Daniel Sturridge was at City as well, wasn't he? I know he's
nonsense.
not exactly a City legend or anything.
And I know I rate Sturridge as a quality player.
No, I mean, you were speaking about this.
But that was...
he was a decent player. But go on, what did Ronaldo Brown educate the masses with?
Yeah, so obviously it went a little bit viral. It's got 2 million views on Twitter, that clip, which is mental. And you said, Ronnie, judging by the comments, people think that technique is just flicks and tricks, clueless and short-sighted about football, and I'm a big fan of Sturridge. And then someone said, explain what technique is. And I think you absolutely summed it up. Technique is the specific, refined movements a player uses to execute actions with or without the ball. It's about how a player physically executes things like passing, shooting, heading, dribbling, tackling, or controlling the ball. Casuals just think it's skillfulness. But that is the difference, isn't it? I think you've
remember you saying
on Twitter though, you always have to throw shade in your tweets stuff.
Yeah,
that's
you
the way I do it.
You have to dig.
I remember you saying something about Ahmad a little while ago. Saying everyone argued to me that Ahmad was the most technical player on the team, and I'd say because technique is such like a wide ranging thing in football, people always initially think it just means first touch or like ball control or just how nice people look on the football, but there's elements to it like obviously heading, tackling's a technique, ball striking is a huge one.
I think
as well.
an underrated. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on.
I think an underrated part of technique is how players get their body around the ball and how and do you know certain players you'll never like Harry Maguire is an example of the opposite, where you'll see him looking for his foot in too often, or when he has to turn. Like certain players, their feet always seem to be in the right place. Like Lisandro Martinez is one where he can always drop a shoulder and turn the other way. Kobe Mainoo's one where he's never off balance. He can do things you think, how is he not stretching for that, or how has he turned into that? That's another thing, like how you hold your body and control.
That could be argued. That could be technique as well.
I think
there's just everything that you do in football is
whatever
technical.
You've said about all these the topic of technique here and technical players and what the Wayne Rooney fits the bill on all of them. Like Wayne Rooney for me is one of the best players I've ever seen at all the things you've spoken about.
Because they're obviously thinking, they're just obviously thinking skill and flair and that kind of technical ability, or maybe even dribbling. But if you think about stuff like obviously ball striking and like your passing ability and your heading ability and you just like crossing ability, then those are things that Sturridge isn't better at. And also Rooney in his younger days was a great dribbler as well. Obviously, he just did it in a very powerful, rough and tumble style at times, do you know what I mean, which people probably didn't think look as aesthetic. So when you look at Sturridge, he was very elegant in the way he played. Do you know what I mean? And that kind of probably leads to that bias where people just think, because even people's claiming, it's because Sturridge is more street ball-y. Like, Wayne Rooney literally had a programme.
Have you ever seen that?
Do you know what I mean? Wayne Rooney,
my mate was on
that.
My mate Mike was on that. It was hilarious.
I'm just saying Sturridge is a more technical player than Rooney just shows you don't really understand what football is.
Who do you think is the most technical player in United's squad at the minute? Who would you say? In terms of, not obviously we've got no one as good as Rooney or technical as Rooney, but who do you think is up there?
Bruno's up there.
Yeah, you have to put Bruno.
Because I think a huge. Obviously, you can weigh different skills and attributes differently in terms of how you like encompass technique. But I always think ball striking, and that is one of the biggest for me. And that comes to whether you pass the ball, how you cross the ball, how you shoot the ball. And I think
some
Bruno,
of the traits you mentioned there, like Casemiro, his heading is amazing.
So it's hard to say because you can't make it really as a professional footballer without being. Being technical to an extent, but obviously we rate what people. You know, when people argue, when we we criticise footballers, and it's like, well, but you couldn't do it, did it, whatever. I think we criticise footballers relative to their peers, don't we? That's how you do it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I'd say if you're going for a top three, I'd probably go Bruno. I would still put Amad Diallo in there.
I know one.
I think Ericsson and Luke Shaw have a shot.
I was going to say Shaw.
Can I put Luke Shaw in there?
I was going to say Shaw because people might, if you forget the injuries. Injuries got nothing to do with it. We're talking about when he's fit.
Yeah, his first touch is immaculate.
Yeah,
his ball striking's very good. Not in a goal scoring kind of way, but he's a clean striker of the ball. How often does he hit the ball and it goes off the other way when he don't want it to?
Yeah,
very very rarely. He's someone whose body obviously injuries-wise can fail him, but he's always manoeuvres his body around the ball fantastically well. He times the ball well, he times runs well and passes well. I'd put Luke Shaw up there, but yeah. It's an interesting one though, isn't it? It's kind of like up to interpretation.
It's not quite simple.
Yeah, Gary Greeley in the comments says Martin has got to be in there. Yeah, I think for certain things he definitely is. Xerxes at his best is up there. He lacks on the ball striking front though. I think he does a little bit.
Yeah, Xerxes' ball striking is like.
I don't think it's good enough.
It's very poor. So then that docks you down.
Look at
that's why I'm
big scenarios and situations he's found himself in. At times, that's what's let him down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Shame.
I also think your two-footedness is a major part of it as well. If your weak foot's a lot better than average, then that definitely ups you. But I think this discussion shows you that technique isn't something that's quite simplistic in terms of the way you think about it in football, because it pretty much covers everything. That's why you can't say. You got to be more specific. You can't say Sturridge is technically better than Rooney, because that's nonsense. Because Rooney's a better complete footballer.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of things that I'm talking about now in terms of passing, ball striking, that Rooney does so much better.
Yeah.
That you can't say that just because Sturridge looks fancier on the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Like, look at that passing Moscow, that tackle, skill and passing Moscow from Wayne Rooney, which if you ever go follow me on Twitter, I post at least once every few months, I used to. It just sums him up. Like a tackle, bit of skill to get out there, and then a 75-yard inch perfect pass into Cristiano Ronaldo's run.
I noticed that when I watch old clips back of United and I watch highlights, and obviously highlights are going to show this sort of thing because they end in successful things and that's why they become highlights. But the players in our team, the likes of Scholes, Carrick, Rooney, put Giggs on that list as well. On a good day, you can put Gary Neville on that list as well. Going back further, obviously Beckham. The amount of time they played the ball into the path of the person they're passing to, not to the feet, not let me just stop here and then have to go past my defender again. Like, it's as your full sprint, and when I get to that ball, I can hit it first time. They were so good at that. That's the difference between a decent passer and true, very great passers. You don't have to change your run.
Have you ever seen that pass from Scholes to Ian Wright for England?
Not that I'm aware of.
Scholes does a ball to Ian Wright, and he puts backspin on it, and it lands, and the way it lands is just like ready-made for Ian Wright. So it's a good finish by Ian Wright. I'm not taking anything away from him. But I was looking at that pass as one of the best passes I've seen because of the way he puts a little bit of backspin on it. Yeah. It's like if you gave me a million chances of that, go, look, I want you to try and do that, I would never, ever be able to do it, not even by fluke. It's just impossible for someone like me, for a mere mortal to do it.
You brought Michael Carrick, and I've said this loads. Michael Carrick played in, it's harsh to say, I think he played in the wrong era, man. Yeah. Because Michael Carrick's like an £80 million midfielder today.
You just seen it, haven't you?
Watching that,
because it's obviously he'd walk into our team, but I think Carrick's style of player and profile of player has become so much more valued in today's game than it was when he played. And there's not many players like Carrick today. That's why, obviously, the most player to Carrick today, I've always said, is Rodri. I think Rodri reminds me a lot of Carrick in a lot of ways. And look how Rodri's seen in terms of the football. I'd say Rodri, it might not be probably, I'd say Rodri's probably a little better, but Carrick's,
my mate,
do you know what I mean?
We did a last man standing
Carrick's
thing
very Rodri to me.
With Carrick and Rodri was on it, and I said Rodri, and my mate ran me straight away when he saw it. Like, don't ever. He went literally, delete my number and don't ever speak to me again, because he loves Michael Carrick.
I think the thing that Rodri has as an advantage is, I think he is more physically robust than Carrick was.
Yeah, strong.
He's stronger. He's better in the tackle, but I do think they offer like a lot of similar things. The thing with Carrick as well is, and you see him talk about it, and just his ideas and the way he thinks about playing football is the way he would get the ball and play it forward so quickly. My favourite, he always used to do the ball, let's say defender's passed him the ball, he's on the half turn, controls it with his left foot and hits it with his right foot on the same step. Yeah. He's not stopping, looking, what do I do, let me cut back. He literally, his classic thing, control it with one foot and hit it with the other foot, like in one motion. He was absolutely unbelievable at that. and just getting the ball through the pitch so much quicker.
This is why these debates, right? And I seen it on the Overlap the other night, the other day, where it was like they talk about De Bruyne, and Maka was saying that De Bruyne wouldn't make his midfield or Premier League all-time midfield.
Yeah.
And I think the City lad was saying, "Oh, that's embarrassing," criticising it. And Maka said, "I'd have Keane and Scholes." And I always think, like, younger fans as well, you're not going to sit down and watch 90 minutes of Michael Carrick if you're a Liverpool or City fan or an Arsenal fan. You're not going to do that. You're not going to go, okay, let's watch a game from the late 90s featuring Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. Let's watch a full 90 minutes of Michael Carrick in 2008. You're never going to do that.
No, you're not.
So what are you basing your opinion of Michael Carrick on? His goals and his assists?
Yeah. And the games he played against your team and the few games he played for England.
Like that's which is nonsense, because that doesn't give you anywhere near the right picture of that type of player. Gary Neville says he put out fires, Rio says it, he put out fires before they got started. Yeah. Just knowing when to get in position, knowing when to cut that passing lane off as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which isn't something you can go, oh, here's a stat that's going to show you how great it is.
He was absolutely incredible. And again, there's so many players that you can't, there's no stat for what would have happened if they weren't there. But I know for certain he was the first name on the team sheet for arguably United's most successful ever period. Yeah. We've got 3 Champions League finals in 4 years. We won the Champions League. We won 3 Premier League titles in a row. He was there for all 3 of those, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a rarity because he came for the 2006 and 7 season where Tevez didn't. Was it Tevez was the year later, I think, wasn't it? And then in that summer we bought Nani, we bought Anderson. Yeah. But Carrick was there for that first title. Yeah. And I remember I just started blogging at the time, and I wrote a piece on Michael Carrick sort of halfway through the season saying, I can't fucking believe we've got this guy. And people were moaning we paid 16 million quid for him. We pulled Spurs' pants down. And my mate, who's a big Spurs fan, messaged me and he's like, you've no idea how much we miss him. He's fucking class. And people are just thick if they don't see what he brings to the team, because he smashed it at Spurs as well. That's why United wanted him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's just a Rolls Royce of a player, and Jesus, what we could do.
That's what I'm saying. I think every Premier League team now, or the elite teams, are looking for that.
Imagine type him next to Ugarte in midfield.
Carrick style of football.
That'd be unbelievable in midfield.
Because he was seen as a good quality player back then.
Yeah.
But I think he'd be rated more.
Yeah, definitely.
Should someone go and let Andy in, please? I think he's in the fire door thing.
And he's trapped in a fire.
Yeah.
No, I think Carrick and Ugarte is an absolutely unbelievable midfield, or a Carrick type.
Do you know what worked so well in that 08 season before he got his injuries was when you had Hargreaves and Carrick together.
Yeah. Because
Hargreaves was this guy who'd run around and tackle people and run with the ball. Carrick would just nowhere to be. His positioning was spot on. Pick the right pass. Those two just complement. It's no coincidence we won the Premier League and the Champions League in the only season them two played together.
Yeah. Jonathan Hayward says Wharton would be a great signing. He's got a little bit. And Darkest Air says Wharton reminds me of the starting embers of a Michael Carrick. He was good yesterday, Wharton, wasn't he?
He's a good player, Adam Wharton, and obviously everyone raves about him. Everyone's been praising him. Everyone's been linked with him for a reason. Like he's obviously smashed it, and in an ideal world, United would be able to go out and get someone like Adam Wharton, and we should be, but we've not got the money, have we? And there's going to be a bit of I think there'll be a bidding war for him. I reckon someone like Arsenal.
Do you know what's mad?
Arsenal or even maybe City.
We get linked. This is what's annoying, but it's Twitter, so it's silly, innit? But we get linked to players like Ederson and these cheaper players, and everyone's like, mid, just get Wharton. Do you think almost like it's easy as that, or
do you think
as if they don't care? They're not thinking about what it costs. They don't think what United's budget is. Just get this player, get that player, and that player. When you think about the 3 players they've selected, it's £200 million. Yeah. For them 3 players.
I think Wharton was someone that I think he could go.
I didn't say that like everyone.
A little bit cheaper, potentially Wharton. I think he might not be 50. Yeah,
no.
It's been a
50,
bit.
60.
It's been
prem to prem.
No, I know, but
the thing that's kind of helps if you wanted to buy Adam Wharton is he hasn't had many. How many caps has he got?
1, 2.
Yeah, which is almost irrelevant. But I think if he was playing for England,
they'll still extort.
That would add another 20 million on him.
They'll still extort.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean that has helped you because had he gone, say it was him instead of Mainu that played in them Euros, and got to the final. Add another fucking 25 million onto it.
Yeah, and also he is in
even if just 5 caps.
One of the least valuable positions as well. And then obviously you can still go for a lot of money, but sort of deep lying midfielders don't tend to go for loads.
No.
But you look at his strengths.
Yeah.
His progressive passes are, in the top sort of 7 or 8% in the top 5 leagues. His tackles and interceptions and clearances are also way up there as well. And his assists, his shot creating actions. He does have a lot of those kind of things that, Michael Carrick had. Obviously, they're not the same player at all, really, but, in terms of an archetype, they're of a similar style. Just on to today's game then. Ronnie, how important do you think today is for Thursday? Do you think that, Hoyland getting a goal or Garnacho putting in a performance will make a big difference? Or do you think it's just almost like get this game out of the way because Thursday's the big one?
I think he's viewed it the way I think you might have suggested, where it's not like the Wolves game where it's just give players a bit of rest and it's a bit of a is it dead rubber? But it's more a game where it's needed to get a bit of momentum in the legs of the players that will be playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
Or actually going into the game on the back of a decent result. I think what Amram didn't want was to kind of treat 2 of the Premier League games beforehand as a bit too testimonial-like and too pre-season, and the tempo not being like conducive to what it's going to be like on Thursday.
Yeah.
And we turn up to Bilbao, or we turn up against Bilbao, get caught cold, be a little bit sloppy and a bit slow. So I think he's gone today to try and win the game or try and get results, so that when we go into Thursday, we're not like on the back of like negative form or just being a little bit lethargic. I think he sees it as almost like a pre-fixture between the real thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a test run, but obviously it's a test we want to pass.
Did anyone watch the Copa del Rey final last night?
Yeah, I was watching the boxing, so I only watched like the last 15 minutes.
I didn't.
Yeah. I was watching that, and obviously Bilbao are, I think, 4th in that league.
Yeah.
The Spanish style of football is so well suited to winning trophies, isn't it? Like, obviously we see it all the time, but there's this thing, like, you'll see it. I noticed it in the game yesterday, but it's been the case for a long time, where there'll be a lot of slow action, and then all of a sudden they have just an incredibly incisive pass or movement or run. It seems like it's less constantly physical like the Premier League is, and it'll be these real quick changes between really slow and incredibly quick. And I feel like we got caught out by Lyon playing almost a similar way, where it would be a slow game, they're not doing a lot, and then all of a sudden they'll play a single pass into our box, and then we've got these 3 or 4 bounces around the box, and we have to, win a header, and they scored 2 of their goals from similar types of things. But that league is so perfect for just getting goals out of nowhere, and I'm worried, like you said, Ronnie, if we go into this game
Bilbao are the best,
losing 3 of our last 4 games or whatever it is, we might just lose that game 3-0. And we won't get battered, we won't necessarily get dominated, but we'll have the ball and do nothing with it, and they'll have the ball and they'll side through us.
It's the best defensive team.
In, I think it was 91, 92, I think we played Atletico away in I think it was a Cup Winners' Cup, obviously we won it in 1991, and I think they won 3-0. I think they scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes where they just like that.
Yeah. And
then you're going into, it's a 2-legged game, you go in at Old Trafford 3-0 down, and everyone was like, for fuck's sake, like, it just 1-0 is all right. We'll do them at Old Trafford, we've got a chance. And then we had this sort of last 2 minutes, last 5 minutes. Forgive me, it's been 30 years ago, but it was just like that. And before you knew it, it's like you felt the tie was over, and it was. And like you said, Ronnie, Athletic Bilbao have got the best goals against in the league. Yeah, so the best defence in the league, yeah, which obviously is massive, and especially when we struggle so much to score goals, that's going to be huge in terms of winning that tie. How do we actually beat them? Yep. That's going to be tough. What happened in the Copa del Rey with all the load of red cards and all that? Well, no, it was all kind of fine, and then Barcelona got a penalty in the last minute that was probably a bit of a dive, but I didn't think they'd overturn it personally. It was overturned, then they went to extra time, and then I think Rudiger was just getting pissed off on the bench, and I think they wanted a penalty or a foul, and then it all just kicked off. But he completely lost his head. Did you see? Have you seen any footage of him? He's just like 10 out of 10 angry. But obviously it's because they were going to lose the final. But yeah, it was a good game, to be fair. But Real Madrid are so weird. They're just like
they do nothing, and then all of a sudden they've got a 3-on-3. You think, how have you manufactured a 3-on-3 with Vinicius Junior and Mbappe? Bellingham was brilliant, by the way. He's such a good footballer, Bellingham is.
You love Bellingham, don't you?
I know that every time I watch him, I just think you're fucking
like,
unbelievable.
Why don't you?
He's so good. And he'll he'll get the ball on his chest. And he looks like he's just bigger than everyone else in that league as well, by the way.
Yeah.
And he'll chuck someone on the floor, take it on his knee, spin, and just run into loads of space. You think like he does it all the time. He was brilliant. But
what's the chat saying?
Bellum is what the chat's saying.
I was about to say someone's going to say that.
Jude Bellingham is so good, said a full name Huggy. But yeah, obviously we're not playing Barcelona or Real Madrid. But I do think that there's a reason why teams from that league consistently win every European final that they're in. It's not a coincidence. I think there's a certain overarching style and type of football that is conducive to winning trophies. I just wonder if that Athletic Bilbao pressure to play them in the final and to be in that final at their home ground, whether we can almost use that to our advantage. There'll be an extra level of potentially desperation that might.
We haven't got a great record against the. We haven't got a great record against the Spanish teams either, do we?
No, I think we're.
Which is a bit of a concern.
Yeah, it is. We'll just get Andy's camera sorted. Hello, Andy.
Hello.
How are you?
Sorry for the sunglasses.
You've got the white sunglasses, white t-shirt combo, which is very nice.
Yeah, I'm still in holiday mode. So.
Where have you been on holiday?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Near Lake District, so Fleetwood Flying up there. Yeah.
Lovely. I like a little lake.
Full family. So yeah, it was alright.
Did you go to any lakes?
Not really, just enjoyed the sun.
Just enjoyed the district?
Yeah, just the area, walk the dog.
Very nice. What do you think today then? We've got the team on the screen there. Onana, Dorgu, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw, Mazraoui, Mainu, Casemiro, Fernandes, Garnacho and Hoyland.
Pretty much the same as last week, innit? It's like you got to be professional. You got to play the same team. You don't want any injuries. I know I seen McCullough's Instagram post last night. What the F? Delo's out. so I was like, oh man. And I just got back.
We've not even mentioned that yet, you know, Andy.
I wanted to talk about that.
About Delo.
Yeah, Delo out. Delo is like a demon. He does good, then he does bad, and he drives you crazy. He does that. He does that 2-0. Then he gives Leon the fourth goal. He's all over the place like a and he sees the fourth goal and goes. Oh. So that's Delo in a nutshell. So
he's interesting in Delo because he's on one hand the most sort of reliable and necessary player in the squad.
Yes.
And then on the other hand,
he's a complete and utter Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin. Yeah. That's it. I just want to get something today, take something positive. It doesn't really mean much our league position, but you can't be going into a big two-legged European match, getting overturned again and again and again. It's not good. It's not good for the team spirit.
Lost 3 of the last 4 in the league as well. No wins in 4 either.
I was in a pub last Sunday, so thank God I did that. There was somebody mentioned on the comments England Albania in the background. That was for Garland flyer from 3 months ago, and I was just enjoying Easter Sunday having a pint.
Yeah, it's
it was shocking. Yeah. It was shocking.
We are weirdly crap though. I'm surprised that we've gone. I know the Europa League is obviously a notch below the Premier League in general, but I am surprised that we're completely unbeaten in that competition, and yet we literally. What was it? We've lost
Wolves
15
overtook us
games
yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah. But there's teams as good as Wolves in the Europa League. Have we just avoided them, or is the likes of Leon and?
I'll say, mate. Sometimes your name is written on it. Sometimes it's destiny. Everything points to Bilbao Spurs final.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate your opponent if you're Tottenham Hotspur, because we know Spurs. You can do a Spurs.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Even the small teams. That from Norway can always upset the apple cart and upset all the other semi-finalists.
Bodo Glimt you're talking about there.
Yeah, Bodo Glimt. I never heard of him until the other week.
We played them, didn't we, last season or something? Have we played them? I'm sure we played Bodo Glimt. Was it this season?
Yeah, this season.
This season.
Oh, we beat them Old Trafford. Was that the one? Yeah. Oh yeah, first game for Ruben. All right. So
So you love him,
distant memory it was that game. But we have to get something today. Just for positive.
Do you know how long the season's been super long? Do you know what also happened this season?
Go on.
And you're gonna think, wait, is it really this season?
Go on.
Is when Ten Hag started Mazraoui in the 10.
That feels a million years ago.
How long ago does that feel like?
Yeah, that.
And that was this season.
That's crazy, isn't
That's
it?
mad. I just want to say, unlucky draws. Didn't you give it your all yesterday in the final to get promoted, and you just fell short. Unlucky Dave Pace and unlucky the lads.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Go again, but it was 2,500 there for a local game in the Amateur Counties League.
That's great.
That is proper football, not
good,
multi-paid millionaire.
What was it in a stadium or was it just on a field?
Proper stadium.
Was it?
But
what are you thinking, score prediction wise?
I'd take a 1-1 draw and just be positive.
Yeah.
Just to take something to Bilbao. It means nothing, but you don't get beat, no one can have a go at you.
Yeah, I would take a draw personally. What do you reckon, Ronnie?
I'll take a draw. But do you know what? I'm more asked about the performance. I just want a good performance and something to kind of fill you with a little bit of confidence going into the and a bit of momentum going into Thursday, because that's all that matters.
If
really.
You look at last season's performance, I think it was only Bruno scored twice, didn't it? And he rollocked a lot of them. I remember it 2-2, and Bournemouth, we could have been out of sight, and the performance from first half to second half was absolutely abysmal. Nobody gave that a toss that day, apart from Bruno. And I just want to see a performance, because we've been embarrassed last two games by him at Old Trafford.
We just get embarrassed by Bournemouth pretty much every time we're playing, though, don't we? They're like one of those.
Probably get embarrassed by Ralston. Charleston could beat United in a moment.
Probably. They've got their sort of Harry Maguire lookalike manager.
He's got a cold sore on there, mate. I have to put something on that.
Put a little bit of cream on it.
Yeah, a bit of blisters.
There's just get your score predictions in the comments as well. I do want to have a look at the game a little bit, because we spoke about Europe, we spoke about Michael Carrick, we've spoken about a lot. It does feel as though this game is almost a bit of a dead rubber. How do you get the team to be interested and to care about these last few Premier League games?
You're playing for your position in a two-legged semi-final for today and next week against West Ham. Because if you think you just guarantee the semi-final start, it's not on. Deep down, he'll know he's 11 for next week already. Injuries, young players may get promoted again. So, you're playing for your places. Ruben has to say you're playing for... I'm pretty sure he'll take that mentality. You're playing for your places in a two-legger. And your Man United careers, possibly.
I think some of them, though, there's plenty of players in the team, Ronnie, where, no matter what happens today, they're playing.
Yeah, Delors one of them. Do you know what I mean? But and obviously we lost him. But one thing that I did want to mention about obviously the Delors miss is obviously he has his brain farts at times, and he's not played too well this season. But in what's become a very physical and athletic game right now in terms of football, especially in the Premier League or just in general, he's one of our better athletes, and that matters defensively.
Yeah, that does matter.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes,
it does matter, yeah.
Because that's why the only concern is when we go into the rest of the European games and you're up against the likes of Nico Williams, etc., and you've got a bit of pace to contend with defensively. People like the Low was one of our best counters to that. Do you know what I mean? But it's just obviously it's give and take. There's stuff like that he does bring from a physical standpoint, but other than that, I still think United should have enough to get to go the distance in the Europa League. I'm just hoping that we actually do it.
I take heart from when we played Celta Vigo in 2017. That was a semi-final as well. We did a professional job and we got a 1-0 win. So avoiding defeat at Old Trafford, in Bilbao, and they got a new stadium and they look fantastic. That place absolute bounces. And you get something from that, and you set yourself up. There's no away goals, is there? No, and you set yourself up for emotional at Old Trafford in front of the cameras.
I think that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
getting it back to Old Trafford. And the thing is, at Old Trafford, our performances this season have been shocking. But the types of thing that, what we saw against Lyon, I don't think that's possible away from home. Getting 3 goals in the second half of extra time. I think something about being the home team is only possible when you are at home. So I think being at home the second leg is important.
Oh, yeah. Because when you're all one with the crowd and the players, it was absolutely bedlam against Lyon. And if you want that to be the same again, you have to show that fight you did against Lyon, against Bilbao. Yeah. And maybe a bit today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Ronnie, in terms of today, Semenyo's on the screen there. He's someone that keeps being linked with United. There's like a combination of, so obviously Cunha seems to be the big one. I think Semenyo seems to potentially be the sort of second option after him. Are you a fan of him? Do you think he's good enough for Man United? Is he someone that you'd bring in if it was up to you?
I wouldn't, for the price that it costs for Semenyo, I wouldn't go for him. I wouldn't bring him in, to be fair. I think Cunha's a better option. I think the likes of Mbeumo, who would probably cost around the same price. Well, obviously, I do think Semenyo's a quality player that can offer something to a top team. But I still think for the price that you'd probably have to spend for him, it wouldn't be worth it, especially when you got allocated funds so cleverly nowadays. But I do think he's a top player, and he's one of the players that might cause us the most issues today, because he's got that combination almost like Rafa Leao, where he's got the physicality and size and pace, but he's also got the dribbling ability and the power, can strike off both feet. But when I'm thinking about the players that we've been linked to, I'd put the likes of Liam Delap and Cunha and Mbeumo ahead of him for possible Premier League imports.
We'll go through the full Bournemouth team. Jay's back as well. Go through the Bournemouth team. So we've got Aris Balaga in goal, Howson or Hoyson. I think it's Howson. People seem to be pronouncing it these days.
Yeah. Doesn't look like him.
Nice. It looks like Stu, these days. Obviously, he's someone that is attracted a lot of attention. Doesn't seem to be from United though. That I'm seeing City, I'm seeing Chelsea, I'm seeing everyone linked with Howson. I think he's got a 50 million clause. Doesn't seem to be United. Kirkes, Scott, Evan Nielsen, who's been pretty consistent in front of goal since coming back from his injury about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's looking dangerous as well. Dango, Adams, Smith, Clivert, who has dropped off a little bit. Good time for us. Semenyo, and then Zabanya as well. So
it's such a strong team.
It's a decent team.
What's the best?
They've accumulated.
What's the best?
Such a decent team.
Father-son footballing family.
That's a good question. And is this add them both together, divide them by 2, or is this like they both have to be really good?
Can I have time travel?
No, but like
that doesn't exactly exist.
No,
but that is what I'd like to do.
But you could easily say
if
like,
I was able to.
Maradona's son, even if he didn't play professionally.
All right, okay.
Him and his dad divided by 2 is still probably like.
Yeah, that's a good point. That fair enough. You've
both of them.
Yeah, you've smashed that one.
The best.
Yeah, both of them.
I think it's probably. Go on.
Well, I was Ian Wright, Wright Phillips.
That's pretty good. I would say Peter and Kasper Schmeichel is right up there. Yeah. Both Premier League winners. Not many have done that. I think that's a good shout.
That is a very. I'd say John Aston Jr.
Very nice.
I'm a United fan.
Anyone else in the comments? There's got to be someone who's better than that.
It's just obviously the Kluivert thing made me think of it.
Kluivert. But the thing with Patrick Kluivert is he was amazing for Ajax.
Yeah.
And then it felt like he was always trying to find his feet, like he was Barca
all right
and Newcastle.
I remember us chanting, you should have signed for a big club.
Never quite went where you thought it might with him,
I hear that. When my mate was so excited when he went to Newcastle. He's not a Newcastle fan. Go on.
Thuram. And he smashed it as well because he's got 2. Yeah. So you've got obviously Lilian, who won the World Cup and is an absolute French legend. Yeah. And then you've got... Inter Milan winger, striker, Kefren, and then Kefren playing for Juventus as well as a sort of all-action midfielder. But that's not fair because he's like hedging his bets by having 2 top players.
That's cheating.
That is cheating. But yeah, that's pretty exceptional. Was
Fletcher? Yeah, that's a good shout there from producer Ben. One day we might look back.
Danny and Daley Blind is pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good one.
That's a strong one.
Johan and Jordi Cruyff. Again, if you take the average, because Johan's one of the greatest players of all time.
If weather like this, right? Weather like it is today. Jordi Cruyff, right? For United, when the weather was like this, was like his dad.
There's another.
He was mint, but when he got to winter, forget it.
There's another lad for Juve.
Go on.
Plays for Juve. Got a footballer dad.
Good.
Plays for USA as well.
Weston Kenny, what's he called?
No.
Not him.
Weah.
Oh, Weah, yeah.
And then, doesn't Maldini have a son?
Weston McKennie.
Maldini's son plays
Maldini's son, yeah.
This is cheating though. If you just got a legendary dad and you've got a son who's alright.
What about manager's son? Doesn't Simeone's son play for him?
Yeah. Zidane's son did.
Nice starts, but it's not even like proper.
The Lampard's is a decent shout.
Frank Lampard Senior, and Frank Lampard Junior.
Redknapp.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe and his
That's a good shout from producer Ben. Yeah. I don't think there's.
I think Thuram is the answer, unfortunately, because of how much of a French legend their dad is, and then the fact that they're both playing like, what is it? Where was the striker playing last? Is it Inter now? But he was in the Bundesliga, wasn't he? Or am I mistaking him?
Who is this? Is it Marcus Thuram?
Marcus Thuram is Borussia Mönchengladbach, but now he's at Inter, going to get to potentially a Champions League final. Probably going to win the league this season.
That does feel a little bit like the winner there. I think you did a good shout with Schmeichel, because 2 Premier League winning goalkeepers, father and son, is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. Considering
the Premier League's only been around for 30 odd years, like to have done that is like wow. But if you've got like a dad who's won everything and then a son who's about to, do something similar-ish, you can't really. Not that. I mean, there's poses. There might be loads from like years ago that we just don't know about.
Someone's saying that Paolo Maldini's dad was a top player as well. So like,
that's what I mean. Maldini. Like, I mean, like, there's loads of people that had dads who like wasn't. I know it doesn't really matter. Wasn't Jose's dad a goalkeeper for Portugal or something?
Yeah.
Right. There's always families that you don't know as much about from the older generation.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that. Who his dad was. What's your score prediction, Jay? We've not heard from you.
I think I predicted a loss before the game. Sorry to be that guy, but we've got to be honest in my appraisal. I do feel a little bit more confident seeing the team we've put out. I didn't think we'd put out our strongest possible team. Yeah, and I think he's gone pretty much as strong as he can go. Maybe you'd put a guy in there, perhaps. Other than that, I think it's pretty much his full strength team. So I think we can win. I do. I'll go with 2-1 United.
2-1.
Yeah, what are you smoking at?
Gil Scott Heron's dad played for Celtic, according to Sean Grieve.
Really?
You learn something new every day, don't you?
That's sick.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
2-2. Yeah, Andy Stewart agrees with you. 2-2. Joshua Owen says 2-1 Bournemouth. Unfortunately,
the dad to son managerial to play. I think. I mean, you can't look past Darren and Sir Alex, can you?
You can't.
Do you know how good a manager you've got?
Like saying.
Do you know how good a manager you've got to be?
That's like saying
to get your son a Premier League winners medal.
True.
Like, do you know how mint that is?
Has he got one?
Yeah, I think so. I might be wrong, but he did play. He did play in that season where we won the Premier. I don't know if he got
enough. Good
enough.
a manager you've got to be to manage Peterborough 9 times. He's literally. They cannot get him out the door there, can they? He absolutely loves managing Peterborough so much. Like, how many times has he managed him? Like, it's literally 1, 2. He's managed him on 4 different occasions. How good is that?
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. Just cannot stop managing Peterborough no matter what he tries to do.
Gets back with the X in it, doesn't he?
From 2007 to 2000, he's their manager now. That's incredible. That he's managed him 4 different times in there. Look at the fucking league table. Can you believe it? When you look at that bottom half there, can you believe we're 15th?
I worry it's going to get worse before it gets better.
It can't get much worse, Jay.
And I mean, I genuinely worry.
Any worse?
Well, no, I'm thinking 17th is doable, if that's the right term.
17th is very doable.
Right, and that, I mean, 17th for United. I honestly thought I would never, ever, ever in my lifetime see us in the bottom half of the table. Even like Liverpool had stinking season. I don't think they've ever finished in the bottom half of the table. Unless, I think, maybe under Roy Hodgson. I don't even think then they finished.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. Arsenal, even when they were doing terribly, finished like 8th. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is unreal, like what we're witnessing right now. And it's not just Ruben Amorim, it's years of mismanagement and obviously poor decisions and poor signings and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that's led us to this place. It's disgusting.
When do you think they're going to do the vitality up? Because they're like a top half Premier League team now. They've got a really good squad, like you said, Ronnie. They've got a good manager, and they've got a stadium that holds like 15,000. They must have a stand expansion in the works at some point.
You think so?
You can't, or maybe just build a new 35 or 30,000, or like I know Bournemouth's not a big place, so they're not going to have millions of fans.
But what they did first was spend on the training ground, didn't they? So
yeah, they were showing some footage of that before they're brand new. It's better than what Carrington has become, and obviously we're getting a bit of a revamp there, so United might upgrade it.
This is what I'm trying to warn. This is what I'm trying to warn United, and obviously warn the fan base about. Is I think United have picked the worst Premier League era to go on a decline where you're needing to completely rebuild, because these other teams in the Premier League aren't going to be as easy to overtake again, because there's so much money in the game now, and there's so much money in the league, that obviously everything is cyclical to an extent, but the competitiveness from like the mid-table sides to and above, and the teams that are establishing themselves in that area, is they're setting things in place behind it to stay there and to be just as strong. It won't necessarily just be a situation of United just turning things around immediately, because obviously we aren't operating in a vacuum, and these other teams around us are also getting better. So we've got a big job on, and we need to get a lot of things right over the next couple of years, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like certain teams like Brighton, for instance, I know they were the poster boys for this for a long time, but like they've made that jump from being a non-entity in terms of the Premier League to being a stable staple in the Premier League. Bournemouth are in the process of doing the same, and probably have achieved that now as well. Like they're a team, like again referencing the stadium as a detail in this. They're clearly a side that isn't from a sort of hugely successful background. They've got a 15,000 seat stadium or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But to come up into the Premier League and to have players looking at Kirkes now, some of the players we mentioned, Howson and Semenyo and Evan Nielsen and countless others as well. They've got a really good technical squad. Like that is an incredible achievement. And the fact is United need to match their off the field ideas before we can even push on and beat the likes of Liverpool and City and Arsenal, because they are doing things that we have never done. Man United has never recruited as soundly as they have within our means.
No.
Maybe even up under Sir Alex we did a little bit. We obviously got some great players, but like the way they pick players and bring them in and they're successful season in season out, it's amazing.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
We shouldn't be fluctuating between 4th and 15th.
No,
that's absolutely absurd, and that goes back to poor recruitment over a long period of time.
Would you stomach it, Joe, if United said, look, we're going to think more long term, we're going to buy players that, you mentioned it, United are a plate club, not an oven club. If we said, which I thought was a fantastic analogy.
It's mad that.
Yeah,
I saw
everyone loves that.
People on Twitter were like,
that makes so much sense.
That's perfect.
Do you think that, would you stomach if we said, look, we are going to think more long term, we are going to go with that, and it will take a couple, well, you might get players where it takes a year or two for them to truly find their feet or the team to gel. Would you be all right with that?
I'd absolutely be all right with that, and I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I saw some people talking yesterday about Delap on social media, and it was some big United accounts as well. It wasn't just random person with 6 followers, and and again, just because you've got 6 followers doesn't mean your opinion isn't valid. Yeah. But it was people that can set the narrative and set the agenda around players and clubs, and they were talking about what's Delap any good at, etc. Why do United want him? And I saw people replying like, oh, it's because United have got this woke policy of not signing anyone for 60 million or more. And I was like, first of all, I don't know what people think woke is, but it's just anything that they don't like.
Yeah.
That's what woke means. And secondly, that's what we need. And people, obviously I would be up for a signing Osimhen as well, because I think because of his age, he almost does tick a lot of the boxes we're talking about, despite being a big name. But this thing of like signing 28, 29, 27, 35, 33, 38, not 38, what was running when he came, 36, like that isn't working. And it means that in any 2-year period, your squad can change by 9 players, and your league position can change by 10 places. We can't have that. We need more consistency and continuity in the side. And if that means finishing 15th this season and getting fucking battered by Bournemouth as we have been for the first 90 seconds, then so be it. Because what are the alternatives? We keep doing what we've done for the last 15 years or 10 years.
Nah, I hear it.
It's not sustainable. And like Ronnie said, the amount of money that teams like Bournemouth have and teams like Wolves and all that have now, there's no reason why we have to stay up in the top just because we're a big team.
No, you're right.
We have to do things smartly as well as just throwing our weight around. Would you take it?
Me, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm spoiled brat anyway. I've seen us win everything.
But I mean, some people might argue, well, that makes it worse because you've seen, but the riches or whatever. But I feel more sorry for people like Ronnie and my kids who've not really seen as much.
Yeah.
And asking them to be more patient and wait again and again. But I think it's the way forward. I think the football's changed a lot now. You never used to have the scenario you've got with certain teams that are considered, not even big teams spending the money they're spending and having the calibre of players that they've got. It wasn't really a thing when I was younger. So,
and also,
absolutely, I take it.
Like you said, football is changing. There aren't teams really who are still going by the old kind of by the biggest and most famous player you can every single
Bloody hell, what a ball that was.
Unbelievable cross. Was that Semenyo?
I think that was Utaro.
Oh, was it? Yeah. People aren't really abiding by that anymore. You don't just go and buy the biggest name you can every window, like we had been doing under Ed Woodward. The only team that really does that anymore, and they've even pulled away a little bit, is Real Madrid. They're the only one that is still spending 100 million. Most
they do
summers.
like what they've always done. Who's the best player available? We can get him.
But even then, you look at in the last few years. I know a lot of it didn't work, but they bought the likes of what's his name? I'm thinking Jokic, but obviously that's a fucking basketball player. Jovic. They bought Mendy.
They had that stinky window, didn't they?
But it turned out to be a
Jovic.
stinky window. Yeah. But then they bought in Camavinga, young guy. Chouameni, it was 80 or 100 million euros, young player. Bellingham, 100 million, young player. Even the Brazilian that brought in, Hendrick, he's someone that may not work out, but they're going for a slightly different model themselves now. But you look, in the last, 10 years, what have they won? Or 4 league titles? Which obviously is good. But, not even in the last 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've won 4 titles in the last 13 years. And that's okay. But it's not, it's the Champions League form
how many
that
Champions
has...
Leagues?
Of course, and that's been incredible because a team like that works better in cup competitions where you're waiting for moments of brilliance. When you're getting the likes of Mbappe and players like that who maybe don't want to put the work in and maybe aren't quite as hard working as some, but they're incredibly talented. But if you want to be a team that can win trophies consistently and win the league consistently, you need to do what you've suggested there, Jay, of resetting with young, hungry players and coming up with a system rather than just
I'd
buying
stomach it, and
Galacticos.
I'd stomach Amorim being the man to do it as well, or to oversee it. I think it's something that it's mad, right? Because we kind of did this a little bit in 2003. And when I say a little bit, I'll explain what I'm fucking talking about before everyone thinks I've lost the plot. We switched our transfer policy somewhat, where we bought a few young pitches. Oh, Nana falling over as he kicks it there.
Good kick though.
Where we bought in the likes of Liam Miller, God rest him, and Djemba and Kleberson and Bellion, and all these young players. And almost none of them worked out, but one player we brought amongst all that was Cristiano Ronaldo, who did. And we sort of, because we bought in Varane and spent big and Rude and that, and I think it was like, let's try and get a load of youngsters in. And we still, we spent big money on Rooney not long after that, but there was that sort of a couple of summers where it seemed to be like United were looking at younger players, especially because Chelsea just come into all this money. And it was like that was our policy sort of shift, somewhat. But it wasn't a complete shift because we still go out and buy, I don't know, Rio or whoever.
But again, though, Rio and Rooney were young players.
No, that's true.
So it's that's a Bellingham.
That's a good point.
It kind of bridges the gap a little bit. But it's the last 10 years where it's been so damaging. The Di Marias and the Ronaldos, and even, it depends, because if you're getting a 28, 29-year-old, if you're getting a Varane, if you're getting a Ronaldo, a Cavani, even a Lukaku to a certain extent, you have to think you're going to win the league in the next 2 years. Because otherwise these players are on their way out or on their way down. And I think we have to finally accept that we are at least 2 or 3 years away from challenging for league titles and plan accordingly. And then you can, once you're there, it's a lot easier to stay there. But getting there is the hard thing.
It's weird, the next is it's like, you go into next season, even the most deluded of us will know we're not going to win the title, we're not in with a title shout. Usually you get that little thing, don't you, where you go, could we actually put a bit of a run to, you know what I mean?
Like
I always feel
just a mad rise or catch a couple of the teams above us in a bit of a decline season, do you know what I mean?
And yet next season I've got no illusions whatsoever, it's just not happening.
No. And again, this is the great thing about Man United, is because we do still have a little bit of a bit of magic and a bit of a glow to us that a lot of teams don't have. We are unlike most teams in that we can finish 7th or 15th or whatever and challenge and win trophies relatively consistently. I know we had that 5-year gap where we didn't, but in the last 10 years we've won 5 trophies.
Yeah,
like that's pretty good. So let's accept the fact that that's where we are at the minute. Don't give up on the FA Cup or the Carabao or the Europa it's either Champions League or nothing next season. But like, let's focus on the league as the long-term project, and let's try and win a couple of trophies to keep the fans remotely happy in the meantime. But I just think that it has to be like that. Apparently Tom Heaton's gone out for a quick jog. Amrim had checked on Onana's fitness.
why is Brian Dane on the bench? I didn't notice that.
I don't know.
No, he's not. That's weird.
Really good from Mainu there.
Mainu's feet.
It's got that hybrid camera angle on it. Do you know, because it's a small stadium.
And it doesn't
like
help with the
just
fact that
shadows.
South Coast and it's a bit sunny today. I feel like I'm struggling to see things.
I heard you mention it a minute ago about the shadows. It does my head in as well.
Can we get rid of them shadows, please? It's ridiculous. It's not Brighton, it's Bournemouth.
Nice.
That's a good joke.
That was quite swift as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't see what's happening on the other side.
Producer Ben said, I can brighten the TV up if you want. That's why Joe said it's not Brighton, it's Bournemouth.
Matthew Love It with the super chat says, just want to say thank you, Jay. I'm reading it in a way he probably didn't write it. Thank you, Jay, for stopping for a photo the other week in Media City. Absolute legend. Not. Keep up all the great content, lads.
I'm glad you read that. I'm glad you read that.
Let
you know
me
why?
read it out the way it should be read out.
Because you know when Scotty's here and he's on the and use that here and he's on that.
Yeah.
Anything that's complimentary to someone that's not him on stream, he doesn't read it out.
Right.
I respect that.
So this is the way it should have been
He
read.
fully admits it as well.
And I like the way you've sat on this for an hour, by the way. Just want to say.
Yeah.
So Matthew's probably not even watching it at the minute.
Yeah, because that'll encourage him not to say nice things about you again, won't it?
Just want to say thank you to Jay for stopping for a photo the other week in Media City, taking time out from the charity work he was doing during the afternoon. Much appreciated. Thank you as well for helping my elderly grandmother across the street. You're such a legend. Keep up all the great work. You're much better than Joe. GGMU. Oh, that's nice. There you go.
His grandma didn't want to cross the street. You dragged her across.
Read that one out as well.
Joshua Bowart.
Get over here now.
Not to annoy Jay, but Peter and Casper as best father.
I have a
father.
up and down relationship with Peter Michael. Sometimes I can't stand him. Other times I'm not that bothered.
It's very much a down and slightly up.
Look at Mainu, man. Look at him!
Oh, shit, sorry.
Mainu is absolutely loving it today, isn't he? He's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. He looks good. He's got his little sort of, I don't know. He just looks different on the ball to everyone else, doesn't he?
Yeah.
His little moves and the way he holds his body and his balance. It's his balance. It's like his feet weigh fucking, I don't know, just hunkering him down. I don't know why. When Hoyland gets the ball, you feel like he's going to fall over. And when Mainu gets it, it's just like so smooth.
I know.
Oh, fucking lovely, isn't it?
It was such a mad roll of the dice one against Leon, where you had like such a weird partnership of Mainu and Maguire. But it worked.
Mainu Maguire up front.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? But it absolutely worked. And all that mattered was getting that win, which we obviously got.
No, fuck's sake. He's giving cheap set pieces away in the defensive third, man. But that was such good footwork, man. He's cash money in that little zone there, and it Mainu.
Yeah.
Inside left.
Yeah.
You think Luke Shaw will like being a centre back? Think he'll miss getting up and down, or do you think
centre back in a 3 is different?
And also, even in a 2 he played, didn't he? Was it the derby at Old Trafford where Martinez was out?
Yeah.
And I think he came in.
Was it him and Varane won it?
Yeah, he was mint.
Yeah, it was.
Like, he's done it a couple of times. But you're right, Ronnie, about the whole centre back in a 3 is different. I think Shaw's good enough to do it anyway.
Yeah.
He just is, and obviously being in a 3 helps.
Bit more running than in a 2. Bit more wide tracking. Bit more left back kind of.
He can do it because he's a good footballer.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one of them, innit?
Technical ability.
It's easy to hate on him because of the injuries or whatever, but he is a mint player.
It's a good cross, that, you know.
It's just mental. How many
That's a
games
foul,
he's
ref.
missed.
That's a foul. That's a nut.
Jesus wept.
He's in the air and he's fucking finally.
We got away with the first one. It was like landed right on the guy's head. He's like proper 50p headed it in the middle.
Here's Mainu now here.
Look at that, just touch.
Oh, mate.
Back.
And again.
And that little check there is easier said than done as well. The way he just stops his whole momentum, bang, like that. That's unbelievable.
Nice, that. So nice.
The way I would have screamed if he bent that.
Yeah. That would have been it.
Yeah, and do you know what? I like that from him as well, where he gets into that position and has a shot. Because sometimes transitioning from being a midfielder to being an attacking midfielder is you don't think it's your duty to sort of have shots and to score goals. No. You don't put it on yourself. Too much space here. Well done, Colby.
Well done, matey.
Yeah, you don't think it's your job to score.
In it at the back there, that's all that means.
Yeah. But he clearly has that in his head of like, I'm in a position now where I should be shooting at the end of these things. And I like that. He should definitely.
Like, we've spoken about it a few times, and Ronnie's been on about it for a while about him in that role, in that position, and what he can do there. And we've seen it before, man.
Yeah. I think he needs a proper runner on the left side playing left wing back, similar to Dogu for him to play there though. But he can still do a job. He's just a good player.
Yeah, and he has got Dogu today as well. So hopefully they can. The thing is though, will we get enough possession to actually see those overlaps, or is it always going to be basically Garnacho, Højlund and Mainu bringing the ball out? How much is Dogu going to get up? Because it feels like everything we're doing at the minute is just in transition, isn't it?
Jesus.
That's a foul.
That was a foul as well, you know. We got away with that, but we'll have it.
Pop.
Fuck off.
Piss off.
What's his numbers like, Clivert?
He's a little... He had
at one point
really
he scored a hat-trick and
then
he was like...
I think he's got about 10 Premier League goals this season. 12 goals, 6 assists.
Michael Antonio did it, where it's like
a little bit
7 in a month.
He
and
had a
3
fantastic
scattered over
March.
the next 8 months. Like, yeah.
One hell of a March on him.
Yeah.
He's been decent from all season, I thought.
Yeah, he's been good in terms of output. I mean, because he got it was like a hat trick, and then I think he got 2 or 3 other games.
18 goal involvements in 29 games isn't too shabby, is it? Let's have it right. We'd kill for that at Old Trafford. That's like our team.
We literally got no one on the team with that.
Yeah. Can't dismiss that at all.
Yeah. Go on. And he stepped up as well when Evan Nilsson was injured.
Always left his boot.
Is that a booking?
Is that Alex Scott in the middle? It's another championship export, isn't it?
He looks so Bournemouth as well.
He was highly rated. Like David Brooks.
David Brooks was linked with us, do you remember?
Yeah.
When we spoke to...
Highly rated. Did he ever play in League One?
Who?
Did you ever see him play in Bolton or nothing? Harvey. Scott.
Alex Scott was Bristol City in the Championship.
Okay. Yeah.
Alex Scott was Bristol City in the Championship, so I didn't see him.
Interesting.
I was our resident Bolton fan.
I'm saying.
He's from Guernsey.
Harvey should be like League One scout, man.
Yeah.
Guernsey legend.
Because they say there's decent players at them levels. I don't know if they're...
That's what we need. That's where we need to start shopping.
It's usually when someone's like 18, 19 playing really well down there.
Hey, get it! Oh, God. Ronaldo was coming out like that, like waiting for the shot.
Yeah,
he
what's
just
going
go
on
to
here?
the ball.
Right.
But he did
Go on, Garnacho.
Well, then find a pass.
The ball do the work,
slow.
fellas.
Yeah, quicker, that's better. Couple of passes. Right now,
Go on, have a dig.
He's going to shoot.
Yes.
Oh, was that take a deflection?
Or
I just screwed it wide.
Garnacho there just pulled it a little bit, yeah. 15, 16 yards out, good shot. He had a lot of time there, weirdly. Because like there, he was surprised that he got that extra
thinking
shot.
of a pass first, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's a decent effort, that. Fair play, you can't argue shooting from there. And just gets around it a little bit too much, doesn't he? But yeah, that's good. Showing a bit of danger there. Go on, push up. Well done, Mazraoui. He's just absolute mischief. He's played 50 games this season.
I love Mazraoui, mate.
I think we're talking about him being injury prone and all that, and I think he missed, what was it, 20 odd games.
You put it out, didn't you? Like his injury record.
This season has just been
worrying, but
sensational.
Just came straight in, did a job. Was it?
Yeah.
He started the first game, didn't he? Was it Fulham at home? His debut.
I don't actually remember.
I want to say
every game,
get involved in
doesn't
the chat in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm sure he played the Fulham game,
Yeah.
which was the opening,
He's played in all 34 Premier League games.
Well, it would, yeah, obviously, then he did. That would have been his debut, wouldn't it?
Amazing that, isn't it? And like looking at last season, he played 29 games in all comps. The year before that, 26. The year before that, 35. It's like literally, he's played made 51 appearances for Man United this season, and he's never made that many in his career. The last time he's made 40 or more was 6 years ago in the 2018-19 season. So
I know it's irrelevant to ability or whatever, but when we took my lads, my daughter to Old Trafford the other day, they met all the players, he was the nicest one.
Was it?
Spent time with all the kids. Like, they all were good, they were all decent, but he was like, he went above and beyond. He seemed like a really nice guy.
He does seem really nice.
Yeah, and
but yeah, mad that he's played so many games.
Plays all the time, doesn't he? Take it for granted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that durability, man, so important.
You always love a bit of that, don't you?
Yeah.
That's a lovely little flick. That's a
Maguire.
great
Go on,
cross.
Maguire!
See that there from Luke Shaw, just the length on that, beautiful bit of length from Luke Shaw there. just absolutely dropping
He's doing it on purpose now, isn't he?
Just dropping his length on Maguire's head. Fantastic. They both love that. Good to see him.
Right on the dome.
Yeah. Just need Bruno a bit deeper.
Oh.
That's ours!
Well done.
Is he limping?
I think he's just the way he walks.
To be fair, they are quite heavy to carry around them feet.
What size is
You
it?
see them?
It's
At least.
gotta
I think he squeezes into them.
It's at least 12, maybe anywhere up to 14.
We did an interview with Maguire and he had his boot out. We had to hold it.
You've sat in it for the most of the interview.
Yeah, we did an interview in his boot.
There's no way he's
Like
a
Joey
size
and
12.
Chandler in the canoe.
I'm a size 12 and his feet look bigger than my feet.
Go on, that's it. Get into him.
Tough matchup, like it.
That's the one.
Yeah, it is.
Because
He's
arguably
got that.
mint.
Honestly,
Yeah.
He's only got fucking the Scousers.
He's got that thing as well. He's
mate.
got the
That would be
centre
so
forward,
unbelievable. He's the most Liverpool.
yeah,
He's just
he is.
basically another
22
Andy
-year-old
Robertson. He's like a 21-year-old Robertson, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just reincarnated.
Robertson's dropped right off, hasn't he?
Yeah. That was always going to happen with a player because he's always played quite. It's like 100 mile an hour, innit?
Yeah.
That was like most of his thing, innit? And as soon as that starts to wane a little bit, his games fell off.
Mm.
You're laughing because Ireland's on the floor.
Ooh.
Glad that fell.
Well done, Lenny.
That's it.
The last few minutes, United have just less and less of the games being played in our half. We're just getting a bit of control, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm not doing a lot with it, but the first 10 minutes, it was all in our half.
Yeah.
So moving in the right direction.
It's been an even game.
Fucking
well done,
hell.
Rasmus.
He did well there.
Covered.
He's offside, isn't he?
Oh. Spoke to
Football gods are against him as well to make things worse.
I know. Do you know what though? It's all lining up for that Europa League final winner for Rasmus. That is it. Yeah. It's like Maguire had his moment the other day. It'll be Rasmus's.
Fuck some menus.
Ooh!
Oh my God, Tyler Adams. That was a bit of
Have a word, ref.
Bit of a rash one. It's at least a booking, surely.
Yeah, he's getting a booking for that.
Bit of weight behind that.
Harvey's laughing at it. Another usual referee name.
Peter
What?
Banks.
Peter Banks.
Why are they all called names like that, though?
Just got a message. Peter Banks, today's ref.
Yeah.
John Brooks is the other one. This is one.
I'm convinced when you become friendly referee, they change your name.
Yeah. Here's the options.
Yeah.
What would you like?
What? Hang on a minute.
Tyler Adams is a naughty boy, man.
Oh, that's a yellow and a bit. for
That's
me.
orange.
It's orange.
Yeah,
man.
It's an orange one, that
He
kid.
jumps up, but he gets alright. It's
gets-
not a red, but he
he
gets
gets-
away.
yeah.
He gets away with getting the
It's
ball.
a-
It's
a-
a bad tackle.
It's
that.
reckless though.
It's
Yeah,
a deep yellow.
It's not a red for me,
Orange.
but it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Yeah.
orange. Definitely an
Oh,
orange.
It's a bad tackle.
Tyler Adams.
What shade of orange though are you going
Is
for,
it-
Joe?
Is a proper.
Like a pure kind of Blackpool City kind of kit.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Blackpool Town. Blackpool
Okay.
City. What are they called?
This is still being looked at.
Is it
The-
still being
oh,
looked
we
at?
looked at.
I don't think it's a red.
I think it is.
Actually,
Oh,
from
it might
that,
be
that angle there,
That's
that
a red
angle's
card,
really
yeah.
bad for
It
him.
might be gone him.
I think that's a red. 100%.
Yeah.
That angle is
It
a
might
red
be.
card.
That angle's right.
It's a fucking red.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
I've not from that angle. I agree. I think
That's
it
a
might
red.
be a red.
I'm not just saying
it's
it.
not. It's
That's
not
bollocks.
been cleared.
Fucking bollocks.
That one looks like a red. I'm not lying. The other angle where he gets.
No,
the
I
other
agree. I
angle
was with you. I was
gets
saying
the-
orange. When I saw that, I thought it's a red. I can't believe he looked at that and gone, nah, it's all right.
It's an orange
Fucking
one.
typical.
Right. So
You know what he'll do now, Tyler Adams? He'll do another foul, get away with it, and then he'll get subbed.
Yeah.
Or then he'll fucking score right now.
yeah, there we go.
Bournemouth have scored. Semenyo. Instant.
Fucking great. We should have had a red card, and instead we get a goal against us.
I know. Right. Reason why we say orange is because orange is like when it, whether it's given a red or given not, there's arguments for both. Do you know what I mean? Like if he gets sent off for that, you can't say it's a bad decision. Do you know what I mean?
Because he
Or it's
leaves
just
the floor.
It's just where our luck lies, and our luck didn't go
Yeah.
the other way. But Dorgu there got caught on the ball on me.
This is what worries me, this. You do this on Thursday, fucking about, and we're going to get in all sorts of trouble. I mean, that's just not good enough
Shit,
at all.
And there's just so much space at the edge of the box.
Yeah,
There's
he's-
two of them there.
Dorgu gets caught on the ball here.
Yeah. Two of them waiting for the ball. Semenyo's there. Is it Clivert as well? If he don't get it, gets a free shot. Just like so sloppy that. Just so sloppy. We have a little break for VAR, and we use it to just fucking switch off. It's just rubbish that. For fuck's sake. Steve Doyle says we do not learn so slow and casual playing out. Yeah, we do have a real casualness to how we play sometimes. Like we don't think the opposition can sprint or run quick.
Yeah, you got to get this out your fucking system.
Yeah.
Thursday, you cannot be doing that.
No. We've been bad against high
Fucking
pressing
shit,
teams for
constantly.
years.
Sorry, say that again, bro.
We've been bad against high pressing teams for years. That's why we always lose against these. We always lose against Brentford. We always struggle against Brighton. Like these teams where they just, work really hard, press high up the pitch and win the ball high up the pitch. We lose to them all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Luke H says Onana near post, let's be honest, not being harsh. I think if that's any other keeper, you're not even looking for it. Absolutely drills it near post along the floor with players going across the keeper trying to put a block on it. I don't think that's on the goal at all for me.
No, I don't.
I'll look at it again with that in mind, but that didn't cross my mind at all. I think when you like yesterday,
It was so obvious we were going to concede after
know,
we didn't get
I
sent
know.
off. It's just typical.
you get fucking sent off for this now. But like yesterday, the goal that Eze scored, I thought that Martinez should have done better for that. Like it didn't go in the corner; it went in like a yard into the goal. But no one spoke about it being the keeper's fault. If that was Onana yesterday, people would say it's not in the corner. Why has that gone in?
He's gone. He's cranked up.
You kind of cause the microscope being on you.
Yeah,
Don't you, sometimes.
I'm not saying it's everyone else's fault. It's his own fault. But is he going to get sent off?
No
now?
way is that being checked. Because I didn't think it was good. And then he's got like a
Scratch
got like
on him,
a stud scar on his chest.
He's not had a red card for a while, has he, Casemiro?
But that would have been one of them where if it was proper looked at VAR, they wouldn't give it anyway, even if it was because he got even up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to give a red card to us 2 minutes after not giving one to them.
Yeah,
I think you get away with that.
Especially when theirs was worse.
Yeah. More, yeah.
Bruno's on there. Good idea.
Bad pass.
Good. Liked the idea. The execution was it. Fucking hell.
Fuck, what are you shouting for?
Wait, who the fuck's there? What's that gap about?
I don't know.
Fucking hell, it's just what we do.
It's lucky he's overhit that. That was.
Oh.
There you go. Take the piss.
I don't think you meant to.
Hey, Start getting the Olays going. Fuck about, why not? It's not like we're 1-0 down. Fucking sat in 18th, wherever we are nowadays.
Come on.
Fucking hell. Come on.
We're all over the place, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Every week, as the game's building up, I think we can't be as bad as we are.
And
then we are. Like, why am I shocked to see us playing like this? I still feel like we're going to turn it around. Fucking 34 games we've played now.
just do what people say.
Do what you want.
Sorry. I agree with everything you said, by the way. Heaven's Soul says a shit in the bed. A full name Huggy, the same old shy. Enter the void, playing crap. There you go. Thanks for letting me see those comments.
As nice as you expect him.
I agree with all of them, to be honest with you.
I know. Gia says, I really like Amarin, but if we don't win the Europa League, there's going to be so much pressure going into next season. It's very concerning. We've been talking about that for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's I think we need to at least get to the final.
Do you reckon, like, if we don't win the Europa League, he's just got to get off to a flyer?
Yeah.
Early doors.
But what is a flyer? Because, like, obviously, I know
Win the game.
Win 6 in a row is great, but what can we actually expect to do next season?
Don't do that.
We have to. I agree with Joe. We have to be realistic, but it's definitely not finished bottom half though.
Yeah, obviously, it's top half. It's maybe challenge for those Europa League spots. So then, we start with like 3 wins in our first 5.
If you can just say, in the league we look all right.
Yeah.
Because obviously the cup competition is not, unless you're in the Champions League, which if you're in the Champions League, at least you've won something in your first season. But if you're not in the Champions League, cup competitions don't start for a while. You've got the league, you're just doing all right in the league. And it's not terrible, it's all right. You can at least be like, look, we're making progress. The cup competitions kick in later on in the season. We can get a chance of silverware there. It's just you don't want to be starting off like we did this season, where by the time Tonight got sacked, we were 13th.
Yeah.
I know things haven't fucking improved, but that's why he got sacked, because we're in that position. It's fucking same old, isn't it? Jesus Christ. So many carbon copies of goals.
Come on.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Fucking, he stood in quicksand there, innit?
It was like he just, I don't know,
leg blocks with feet, and
just not doing.
I just had no belief in getting out of there, did he?
No.
That's knocked the wind out of our sails as well, that goal,
Yeah,
it's just been awful.
Like you said it just before the VAR thing. Like, we look better. We've been getting into it.
Yeah.
And then the game was fully even.
Yeah, and then
giving as much as we were getting.
Now we're just making proper sloppy, stupid mistakes. They're up for it. The crowd are fucking cheering and screaming for everything. And these shadows are doing me fucking head in.
Yeah.
It's not on.
Annoying, isn't it? Attacking again, Bournemouth. Cut back. Oh, I thought he was going to step in and foul him there. Did well, Mazraoui. I was worried then. Yeah, it's all Bournemouth now, isn't it? Is the pitch smaller as well? It feels like it looks small. I don't know if that's just the camera angle. It's closer to the pitch, so it looks. Like you're not seeing the scale.
Someone was saying that to me today. It was when I think someone said it in the preview comments, because I was saying about Bournemouth have beaten us at Old Trafford comfortably in the last 2 seasons. I think, did we draw there last season?
I don't know.
Was it 2-2?
I'm pretty sure we lost at the Vitality.
Did we?
Oh no! I swear they did.
I think we might have drawn.
I thought it was
because I think they went. I think we came back.
We didn't deserve it.
I think we came back. I think they battered us. It was like 2-0, and we came back and scored.
I think I agree.
Yeah. So, but the point someone was making about the size of the Old Trafford pitch, so it suits Bournemouth better. That's what they were saying.
See, it suits them better on the ball, but pressing can be trickier on bigger pitches.
Jesus Christ! Listen, everything is going wrong, man. Every fucking pass. Come on, even players that are usually
Yeah, you're
Mega reliable.
Started,
Mate, we get it. Bill Foley, Bournemouth chairman. Fucking hell. That nice.
Yeah.
Right, well,
Bournemouth
that's
pitch is
talking
the
bollocks
same
then, it's
size
the
as
same
Old Trafford.
size.
Yeah, they're both just a standard Premier League.
Are they?
Yeah. 105 by 68.
What are the biggest ones? Let's have a look. Goodison.
Goodison? Goodison's the biggest one?
Let me have a look. No, the City Ground is the biggest. The biggest pitch in the Premier League is Nottingham Forest in the City Ground. 7,455 metres squared.
Nice. That's what you want.
That feels like a lot. 7 square kilometres.
I don't know what the fuck. I'm confused all the time by everything. To be honest with you. I had to get Ben to measure that other room for me the other day. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Goodison is second biggest.
Second biggest
Pitch. Emirates is the third, 7,100
I thought the Emirates
metres.
was big.
Villa Park, fourth.
Yeah, so the City Ground's
Vitality, the fifth. But yeah, a lot of these are 7,140, which
In
seems
terms
to be
of
the
the pitch.
standard. Pitch size. Etihad's the same, Old Trafford's the same.
Yeah,
St.
because
James's the same.
pitches can look different sizes.
Oh, well done,
Well done,
Mainoo.
Mainoo.
Yeah, so there's
Based
about,
on the stadium.
Yeah. So you basically got Goodison, Everton, and the City Ground are bigger.
Fucking hell.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Then you
Thank
got
goodness
about
he went the wrong way.
10
Fucking hell,
teams
that was really bad.
the same. And then it starts getting smaller with Chelsea,
Go on,
Stamford
Matt.
Bridge, Anfield is smaller.
the City Ground's wider than Old Trafford and this, but same length. Both 105.
Yeah. Craven Cottage is substantially smaller. 6,500 metres to Forest 7,455. There you go.
Oh, mate.
Gone, hey, we've
This is fucking horrible.
It is. We're in like
Fucking
the
hell.
players hate each other, just
Right.
falling
You
out
think,
on the pitch
yeah.
territory almost, aren't we?
This feels like the sort of game you'd expect if we didn't have.
we need to
Europa
just
League on
we need to
Thursday.
weather this little storm here before half time.
Like mainly there was trying his sort of his trademark. First time, opened the body up kind of pass. Didn't get around and just stood there and looking at whoever it was, and they looked back at him like they're both fucking pissed off with each other. Right.
shoot.
Decent effort. That'll be a corner.
Corner.
Will it? Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Right, well done. Again, Mainoo hitting the ball there, 20 yards out.
Something in it. Fucking hell, we ain't got anything going on at the minute.
And sometimes, like a shot like that will be the start of a few minutes of holding the ball a bit better. Just get the players up the pitch. Get Yoro and Maguire in the opposition half for a minute. It's not always as sort of black and white as like, why did you shoot from there? What's the point? You need a bit of time just to stop defending and to stop falling out with each
I think
other.
Mainoo and Bruno, if we've noticed, swapped positions as well.
Bruno a bit deeper.
No.
Sorry, Mainoo a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainoo's gone back with Casemiro and Bruno's gone further forward. Don't know if that's just temporary though. Go on.
That's going in. Oh. No. I thought I was going to score there.
Go on.
That's right.
No.
Everything's just fucking blocked. It's not a foul either. You can fuck off. Corner.
It's not a foul.
It's another corner to Manchester United.
See,
I always forget it's
those-
Kepa there, you know.
Yeah.
I always do. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, he's at fucking Bournemouth.
He's playing well. Generally. Yeah, it's not a foul at all, is it? He's
No.
trying to come over Hoyland's head,
Yes.
and he doesn't.
Hoyland
get
didn't even
there.
jump.
They're well too protected as well, isn't it?
I know, it's like anything near a goalkeeper now, they get the foul.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't there. But that was nowhere
How
near.
many goals
was
has
it?
Evan Nilsson got? Is it like 8 or 7?
Something like that. But he's been injured for a lot of the games.
Yeah, he's
so-
been injured for a bit. Is that a pen?
He's got 9,
In how many games?
26.
In the Prem?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 in 26.
No,
Go on.
Oh, big touch, that. See, we just panicked.
Going
don't
back
we?
to
We don't know
Onana,
what to
innit?
do, do we?
Fucking hell.
I don't know what to do. When we play against teams that press like coherently, we absolutely shit it.
I know.
I do honestly think there's just such a technical.
And you can't do that. You can't get away with that in this day and age.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's a rarity to face a team like that.
No. Oh, what a pass. Got a score.
Oh my.
Garnacho there, great ball from Bruno
What a ball by Bruno. Great
over
run.
the top.
Great run by Garnacho
Yeah,
as well.
he timed his run, but was it a good save or was it a bad miss? He's on.
Unbelievable pass.
Great run. Great
I
pass.
think he's got to score this personally. He don't get enough on it. I think you need to. We do this a lot, and it's not just Garnacho. It's Højlund, it's Xerxes, it's Garnacho. It's I can see why I missed it, or yeah, they're not easy. Then we never fucking score.
Not Højlund, but Garnacho's.
We never score.
Garnacho's a different level to Højlund in terms of getting opportunities. That's like Garnacho. That's like Garnacho's best attribute.
Yeah,
he's like
but then he
movement and
misses
his
them all.
instinct. Yeah, that's the problem.
That's the fucking problem,
Yeah,
and that is a
yeah,
problem.
Yeah,
It's good getting the opportunities.
No, you're not going to get a foul for that.
But
Alan
fucking
Maguire.
hell, like the amount of one-on-ones that just don't go in, and you can go, oh, well, you know, it's this, that, and the other. But you just got to
Come
fucking
on, keep this
score
pressure
some of
up, man. Keep going. Oh, here we go. As I say it, they'll fucking counter now.
Keep up. But do you know what I mean? Like when we said about that Mainu shot, that could be the start. Like we've had the best 5 minutes of the game so far because of that, or that was part of it. Which is just so frustrating, isn't it? Those chances like that we just consistently miss. And it's not just Garnacho at all, but he's one of the people that does it. Come on. An absolute bulletproof Luke Shaw first touch there.
it's perfect for.
See that he's all over Maguire there. Semenyo is fucking all over him. He's got his arm around him and he's pulling his shirt.
It's a bit of, people like Maguire though. You know, it's the Shaq rule, isn't it?
Yeah. If that's the other way around, Semenyo's quite a big lad as well. But if that's Maguire doing that to someone else, he's so much more likely to get a penalty given against him than he is for him. Nice little clip, that.
Garnacho was waiting for it to drop for
him.
Was
that Dorgu with the cross?
Yeah, I think it was.
Really dangerous area, that.
Come on, keep this pressure. Get a fucking goal now.
Yeah.
Make a game of it.
Walking up last 5 minutes.
Oh, we have, yeah, you're right.
But I thought the whole game was fairly even, and then we was a bit shell-shocked for a good 10 minutes after we lost it.
Because I think we saw that potential red card as like, right, if they go down to 10 men, we'll win this. And we just stopped.
Okay, no.
Let's not concede another one now.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, a good ball, that.
That just looked a bit scary, that. But then just didn't get the chance.
Yes. It's one of them that's not actually a crossover shot almost, it's just like a bit in between.
It's a cross that he's skewed.
Yeah.
He's left.
I thought it was better than it actually was when I first saw it.
Yeah, he wanted to get a bit more curl on it, didn't he? But pretty flat. Size of that fucking corner flag, Jesus. Top of the stand, man.
No.
Go on,
catch him cold.
On your own. Take the fucking piss, Lenny.
Good touch.
Referee's fucking intercepted. Bruno's fuming.
I think it's weird that we have corner flags on football pitches? Because there's no need for them, really, is there?
No, there probably isn't, like, because you can tell which way it goes.
But we don't have them on any other lines on the corner of the 18-yard box, on the corner of anything. We have no trouble.
But you know, like, when it's, like, in that corner,
yeah.
You know if it goes that side of the post or the flag, it's a throw-in, or if it's a corner.
Yeah.
You need some... Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes I think, like... Yeah. So you'd have to have which side was it on?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that one where it hits the corner flag.
Yeah, I was going to say, but in a way, though, that's more mad that a ball can hit the corner flag, which isn't a part of the pitch, and stay in.
Yeah.
it feels to me to almost undo all of the good work.
All right, let's say you didn't have the corner flag then, it goes over the corner, what is it, a throw?
Well, we can just make a rule and it's a throw-in. Or
what's the rule?
Well, either. But there's rules for all. Like when we don't, the corner of the 18-yard box or the centre circle or the D around the 18. Like we have no trouble differentiating whether someone stepped over a line, whether the ball's gone over the line anywhere else, without.
What do you mean?
So like if someone's crossing the line when you're taking a penalty and you've gone too soon, we can see if it's happened and we just say that. If it goes over if the ball rolls one way or the other way. Well, either VAR or just the linesman or whatever. It's the only place on the pitch where, other than the post, obviously, we have that for the goals. But I just think I don't know. I just think if we didn't have corner flags, the game would be just fine, and there's nothing else quite like it. I think it's weird that the ball can hit the corner flag and stay in.
It's quite rare but that happens, but I get it. But I also think you do need a corner flag.
Do you?
I just think more VAR for corners and
I don't think it would need VAR.
Who decides when it goes over the corner? Who says whether it's gone one way or the other? Because you're going to get the crowd going berserk for starters, and then you're going to line a linesman who might be 40 yards away to say, look at that corner.
But you're saying that it's rare that happens and hits the corner flag anyway.
Yeah.
So on the rare
occasion, but you can tell when the ball goes one side of a corner flag or the other. A lot easier than it was just over a corner. Like you can see that when that side of the corner flag. Sorry. I don't think get rid of the corner flag.
I don't think it would be as hard to tell that as you are saying now, because I think unless it hits the corner flag anyway, it's going to be pretty obvious which way it went.
I don't think it would.
Do you not?
I think you're asking a linesman who's miles away to say, just based on when it's rolled across. I think it'd be just cause so much shit. I think that's just going to add more controversy and arguing to the game that you don't need. Personally,
I'm on Jay's side.
Yeah.
I think it would.
I mean, to be fair, that's not the worst take I've heard on this live today.
I think it would be absolutely fine
by a long shot.
No, yeah,
but I think
I'm
it's
safe
a shit take.
Oh man,
fucking hell.
I don't think they do a lot.
Jay settles up there, innit?
What am I listening to? Go on.
You'll be seeing more.
How many minutes we're going to have at stoppage time here? Not a lot.
There was a VAR for a minute, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I'd say 2 minutes.
Yeah,
not
a lot.
If I was to guess.
Hopefully, they don't score here, because you could just imagine a second goal going in now and United's heads dropping.
Yeah,
especially after we've had a good 5-10 minutes.
Fucking
but it's just even me 1-0 down against you. I think you just set up for us to be counted and sucker punched at some point. Because they've had a couple of opportunities as well, but Kluivert's kind of messed it up.
Keeper?
Yeah, I think them ones you just deal with.
Yeah.
To be fair, you'll get. If he loses it, I was gonna say if he loses that, everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck!" But where could he have gone there?
No, unless he maybe cuts back, or I don't know. Yeah.
Should get me as a fourth official. Fourth official. Play Bruno. Wow, too bad.
Hold on. Time.
Just calm down, lads.
No one's got any time on the ball at all, have they?
No.
Every time we get the ball, look, there's a man within like 2 meters of you.
Go on.
Finally got a bit of space here.
Go on, Alejandro.
Go on. Oh.
But we left that late, Kepa. I think he panicked last
Left
second.
foot shot there from Garnacho, 20 yards out, 18 yards out. Wide.
Yeah, got the time and space here.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
It's not the worst strike.
No, decent strike, but if it's wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it? Was that a small model of the penguin from Wallace and Gromit with that ball? Yeah.
It did look like it, didn't it?
Yeah,
Did it?
It did look like it.
Has Kepa got a little, what's he called? Feathers McGraw?
It's like Stuart Pearce with
Behind
his donkey, innit?
Can we look into that, Harvey, please? Did the ball hit a scale model of Feathers McGraw as Garnacho put that ball wide there? Did anyone else see that?
That's the real quiz.
Is it not Feathers McGraw?
The camera with some orange thing on it.
Apparently it's a camera with some orange thing on it.
Mate.
That's really sad. The Swazzler with the super chat says Josie gender against corner flags is getting ridiculous. First time I've ever mentioned it. And I'm not against them, I just think they're unusual. They're unique. And I think we'd be fine with that. 1-0 to Bournemouth half-time. A sort of middling performance from Man United.
Yeah, I think
some
that's
good spells, some bad spells. What would you say, Jez?
It's just same old, same old. There's good moments. You've got so many good players on the pitch for United that you're always going to get little moments where you go, oh, that was good, or that was decent. But there's just not enough of them, and there's too much sloppiness, too much dawdling on the ball. And we always seem to concede similar goals. There's a mistake that just gets amplified by other mistakes, other people not picking someone up. And I saw it in the chat, and someone saying, oh, you know, obviously Dorgu lost the ball, no one's picking up. Is it Semenyo who scored the goal? I fucking forgot already.
Yeah, it was Semenyo.
And then some people questioning, can Onana have done better? I don't know, let's watch it again. I didn't think that particularly at the time. But it just seems like a collective, you know, comedy of errors almost, which leads to a goal. It's not like it's amazing football that you can't do anything about.
No.
It's just poor from United. And then since then, we've had the one save, is it, from Kepa with Garnacho?
Yeah.
It's not like we've really got back into it much. We've had a nice little spell. But I'd love it for once with these games. If Ruben Amorim got him in at half-time, give him a rollicking, did whatever he needs to do, and he come out for the second half and look much better. It doesn't seem to happen enough. This season, we seem to go behind and then come out in the second half, and it's almost like just more of the same. Let's have a little bit more.
Yeah, we don't really proper. Yeah, it's the Penguin.
We're just seeing a little screenshot of the ball going out there. It does look like Feathers McGraw, but it is just a camera, I think. But it's got all the hallmarks of a Feathers McGraw. Ronnie, I want to ask you about chances. United have had a higher XG. We've had more shots on target than Bournemouth today. And it's not uncommon for us to have, in this case, 0.73 or, you know, decent XG and not the goals to back it up. Why can't we take chances? Is it just the personnel aren't good enough? Is it a confidence thing? And fundamentally, is that holding United back as much as any tactics or system?
Of course it is. We just lack that top end, like clinicalness almost. Obviously outside of Bruno, it's just always seems to be like nearly, but not far enough. And it's just obviously a lot of the opportunities fall to Garnacho, and that's because of his movement's so good, and he's got great instincts in a final third, and he's just got a knack for carving out chances for himself. Yes. It's no coincidence that he gets as many shots as he does. It's just that he misses them at the end.
Yeah.
So
so just looking,
that's obviously
just looking in the Premier League since he and this isn't a Garnacho shit moment, by the way, because we've spoke about all of our attackers extensively. No one is.
I think you're safe to say, Joe. You're not the guy to start saying players are shit.
But on the on the chance missing front, Garnacho this season, and I don't think this is included in today's game, which he's had a chance there, which was I think 0.6 XG, which is incredibly high in total today. But since he arrived at United, he scored 15 league goals. Off an XG of 22.2. So he's 7 under where he should be, just purely scientifically again. Every situation is different. This isn't the real world. This is numbers on a spreadsheet. But we can see it with our eyes, and it adds up season on season of someone that is not potentially as good a finisher as they should be, or taking chances in bad areas, or when he's off balance, whatever it may be. It's chances going awry, innit?
He's a volume player, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if at some point in his career, next few years, he does improve his finishing in his final bit, he'll have spells of scoring quite a lot of goals.
How easy is that to do, do you think?
It's not crazy difficult, do you know what I mean? Some of it is technical, that can't always be improved on, especially at that age, or that people think that you could. I don't think technical ability gets improved loads by the time people are in their 20s playing professional football already. It can be marginal, but I don't think it's like something that gets improved a lot. But I still think you think he'll just be one of those players where, because he gets so many opportunities for himself and he's such a volume player, there will be periods where he's gone what was it like, a couple of goals in like 30 games.
Yeah.
But then there'll be a period where he gets 10 in 15 maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he'll just naturally have that bit of fluctuation. But not even to sugarcoat though. That's why I think we need better than him, and we need better and he's not the only one in those forward areas, because you look at the other side and like Bournemouth have had less chances and less opportunities. It falls to Semenyo on his left foot, and he's dead eye with it, and that's ultimately the difference.
And he's someone that is very much a volume player as well. He averages one of the most shots per game.
He's got the most shots in the game. But I think the first half, I thought was an even game. I think when we conceded, we were a bit shell-shocked, and the 10 minutes after that we were on the ropes. But on the face of it, I thought the game was quite even. I wouldn't say it was a great performance though, but because I think there's a lot of sloppy play in it. But it does have that feel of Bournemouth. This is the issue though. I think it's the same as the Wolves game. I don't think Bournemouth had to play that well, and they're ahead. I think we don't make teams earn results against us too often. I feel like it's almost like teams like Bournemouth or Brightons or your Wolves or your West Hams or your Fulhams, they're able to beat United nowadays playing at 70%.
Something I've noticed as well in the last few weeks, and it happened a lot in both legs against Lyon. It happened for 2 of their goals in the second leg. I think this is a confidence and therefore a sort of work rate thing. Do you know when everyone's on it and you're sprinting around and you're tracking your men and you're obsessed with doing the right thing all the time, you never switch off, you never take your eye off the ball. When you're lacking confidence, there's an element of, for God's sake, a bit of a sigh, a bit of a jog. When teams get the ball in our box, however they get it in, whether it's a deep cross, in this case they won the ball high up and just chuck one in, the amount of second balls they're winning inside our 18-yard box is absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Like Bournemouth there, they got the ball in the box, they won the first one, but it rolled back away, bounced off the striker, rolled back, and there's Semenyo and Kluivert waiting to get that before any of ours do. Against Lyon, for the first goal, they win 3 headers in a row inside our 18-yard box.
Yeah.
And for the third, their second goal, I know in the end that the ball had already gone in by the time it was put in by Lacazette. But again, they won 3 balls in a row inside our 18-yard box. Yeah. And that can't happen.
No,
you have to work harder than that.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth there, it's so easy. They just chuck the ball in the box and we'll probably win the second ball because United aren't arsed. That's
all you want from a team. Like bare minimum is effort. Like, you can argue about the quality and all the rest of it, but no matter what, you want to see a team trying their hardest and trying to win those second balls and putting in the energy and showing for the ball and being available and tracking the man and all the rest of it. That's like the sort of the least expectation you can have from any Manchester United team. And then you probably want a bit more than that. Obviously, you want a bit of quality, you want some flair, you want some skill, you want players taking risks or whatever. But at least show us that desire and that energy and that enthusiasm. And when that's missing, then there's no excuses. There isn't. And I get your point, Joe, about confidence. I do think you're right. It is a confidence. Confidence does play into it, but it still doesn't excuse it. You've still got to, do the basic things that United players just collectively aren't doing enough of.
Got a few
I was going to say, one thing with the Semenyo goal that we didn't touch on was obviously Dorgu's part in it, where he lost the ball. And he lost the ball before then. And it's not the first time. We have seen he's brought like athleticism and physicality to the team. But you can tell that he is quite raw, and we've talked about the technical aspects of it, where his technical security in the build-up's not
Can I ask you about
amazing.
that goal?
Do you know what I mean?
When you look at it, do you blame him completely just for losing the ball? Do you think he's not got enough options? Is it just all on him?
There's no options.
I think it's a combination of...
Because I did feel like that was why
I think it's a combination of Dorgu still needs to be better. Maybe if he uses his right foot, or if he's a little bit cuter with his footwork, then that doesn't happen. But at the same time, it is a little bit of, we've seen it in this system already sometimes on a build-up, it can be easy to press, and that pass out to the wing-back can be a little bit of a trigger for teams just to squeeze it, because there isn't that many options once you get it there. Because even if he lost it there, the other option really was to kind of like just flick it around the corner, hopefully. Yeah. But I think it's...
I'm not trying to excuse Dog about it, but I did look at it then. I didn't think...
I'd put it like 75%. Dorgu just not being secure. With the ball, and then 25% of it him being passed the ball in a situation where the conditions aren't great to find to kind of having other options to find people.
That's the sort of ball where Lissandro Martinez makes it look easy, where he gets past his line when he's just not got anything on. He does it all the time, but it's not. You can't expect that from everyone, and also there's better options than just fucking losing it.
Yeah, there is. And also, you watch it back, you see Casemiro's sort of trundling back to help him out, but he's got a man right on him because he's not moving quick enough, and he sort of sets up. Really, when that ball's going out to Dorgu, your central midfielder should be making a darting run into space, so that if he wants to, Dorgu can lay it off first time, and then from there, the centre mid can either go back to Shaw, can go back to the keeper, can whip it over his shoulder out to Mazraoui, or ideally, you've got a centre mid who, with feeling a man sort of back there, can turn into space and drive up the pitch. But again, it's Dorgu who has to do better with it, and it's Dorgu's fault if you want to put fault on it. But just look at the team in general. Casemiro's jogging up to him. He's not a viable option.
No.
And your midfielder there has to be a viable option. Parag says, can we just stop taking short goal kicks until we stop being so nervous against any half-decent press? On one hand, I agree with you. But on the other hand, you don't learn without trying, do you? You can't say to a boxer, stop throwing punches because you're shit. You have to throw thousands of punches and get good. United, not all of these players are going to be here for thousands of playing out from the back attempts. Some of them just won't be good enough and you'll have to go. But I think avoiding it and hoping it's going to get better in the absence of practice isn't going to work either, personally. Henok Bezabey says, every player is second to everything. It's so naive, 1v1. Yeah, I hadn't read that, but that's exactly what I was thinking before as well. Sergio Lopez says we should just play without a striker, false 9. Yeah, maybe. But we try that and we don't score then either, do we? It's not, I don't even know. It's not, obviously, again, this isn't a defend Hoyle moment, but there's a lot of issues going with Man United at the minute, and just the number 9 is just one of them. Steve Doyle says, why give this manager a transfer window and another season? The janitor could have equalled what he's done, gets nothing out of this team. And that is a sentiment that's growing. And it's a shame because when we talk about the risks in the future of Amorim and worry about, the stability of him and his job, we get called negative and why are you bringing this up? There's no chance he's going to be sacked. But then there is a growing number of people who think, well, United aren't winning games. In fact, we're losing more than we've ever lost.
Yeah.
This manager isn't up to it.
I understand that opinion. It's just not one I share. I do think Amorim's a good manager. I do sympathise with him to a certain degree in what he inherited and the injuries he's had to key players at key times. Martinez was flying, he gets injured. Ahmad was flying, he gets injured. Even Xerxes was showing us something. I'm not blaming Xerxes' injury on where we are in the season because that only happened the other week. But it's just an example of how whenever there's a player that's showing you a little bit of something, it almost inevitable they get injured. We've barely seen Mainu this season, who I obviously love. And I do feel like if he is given a window, he'll improve things, not make them worse or keep them the same. I think if he was to give this manager a number 9 who's decent, possibly as well, someone like a Mateus Cunha to play in one of those number 10 roles, I think you'll see a big improvement in this team. I think Ruben Amorim inherited a side that had no goal scorer in it, a keeper that's got question marks around him, a midfield that was a little bit underwhelming and probably 2 of them were past the best. And then Mainu, who's not in that category, is injured. So I feel like it's not all on him. He has to take some responsibility because 15th isn't good enough. Yeah. But in answer to Steve Doyle's point, I would be happy for him to have a window. I think he can. He's had one window where he's had Dorgu and Aiden Heaven. I think he needs a proper window, and I think he needs a full season. I think he needs a pre-season, a window, and a full season. And if we're sat here this time in next season, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you.
You was the one talking.
Sorry. Just one final point. If we're sat here this time next season, because I'd be happy to have a full season, then I think we'll be looking towards the summer getting someone else in. But I just don't feel that will be the case.
Yeah, it is. There's obviously a lot of mitigating factors. The personnel, as we all know, isn't great. You've got a lot of underperformances by players. But as I said, some people just obviously think on two opposite extremes. It's either all on the manager or it's all on the players. The truth as always lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I hear that.
And you can't. It's been 35 games under Amorim, and you can't completely devoid him of any accountability at all for what we are seeing. Do you know what I mean? Because it can be bad, and we can accept that because of the limitations in the squad personally. But for how bad it's been,
under him, he has to take some responsibility and criticism for that as well as a manager. We can't just completely just write off and be like, oh, into the summer next season, which I still think he'll get. But I think criticism that he will get is warranted though from what we are seeing. You can criticise the players and you can criticise the manager as well. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah. Velvet Thunder, which is a great name.
Velvet Thunder.
Unbelievable.
That's a great name. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever
That feels
heard
like
that.
a-
Them
an
two
horse.
married together like that, innit?
That definitely feels like an horse. That Velvet Thunder won the Grand National.
Sounds like
I could believe
it
that.
sounds like a horse,
Yeah.
a cocktail, and a porn star all rolled into
Yeah.
one. There's
Velvet
and
Thunder,
also-
it's a cocktail like
yeah, a
it.
cocktail. It could
Velvet
also be like
Thunder.
a boxer from the 60s.
Velvet
Thunder,
Thunder.
and it's like-
Weighed in at
yeah,
168
yeah.
pounds.
Muhammad Ali
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
Velvet Thunder, that's fucking fantastic.
Class.
I don't even
That's
care what
the
you-
best
what
thing
you
I've seen
suggest.
today.
He says, I know we don't care about the league, but there's no pride here at all. Embarrassing, disgraceful every week. Quick sell them all for 609 coins each. You won't get that, but that's a Ultimate Team reference there.
Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
What? The internet and that.
Sort of, yeah.
Right.
Discombobulate says, more XG, more shots, more possession, no goals. Same old story. Playing out is killing us, and we can't go along to Hoyland. Screwed either way. Completely agree. I think you've summed it
Amarin's
up
planted his
perfectly
flag,
there.
though, hasn't he? He's
He's
saying,
got
look,
to.
this is the fucking way. Get on board.
I just think, like, I don't see another option. And I just think
I
the
don't mind.
players just aren't good enough. I'm sorry, but they're just not. Like, you watch other teams, watch other football, watch other teams. Players do things that our players don't do. It's like the finishing, the ability to play out from the back. That fucking
Harry
bollocks
Maguire,
like
that is nonsense,
but
mate. What
just
are you doing?
Other teams' players don't do these things as often as ours.
And that's
Watch other
that's
football. It's
experienced
apparent.
defender.
Even yesterday, Crystal Palace and Villa. That was a higher quality. And in my head, those are both two teams. Palace is 10 places behind us. Villa is 5 places behind us. That's what they are to me in my head. That is not the case. And it's not just like, oh, we're having a bad season. Their players are better than ours.
Villa have proper had one of those like weeks in it, or a few weeks where just
stinker.
everything just starts going wrong. Do you
Absolutely
know what I
Arsenal
mean?
bit,
Like
aren't
they got knocked out of the Champions League, then they lose in the last minute to City,
Yeah.
then they get knocked out of the FA Cup in the semi-final. Fucking hell!
Oh,
Oh,
my
no,
God,
man.
I thought that was it.
I thought that was in. Semenya there. Was it on the edge of the box or just inside the
Yeah,
area?
just
Can't-
outside.
Oh, just outside. Sorry.
Ball striking off.
We need a 18-yard box flag.
Yeah.
So that
Yes.
was which way it was. Do you know what? That was very similar to the reminded me a bit of the Eze one yesterday. Just don't catch it as well. Exactly the same spot.
Oh, Nana had that covered. Don't worry.
But yeah, those
Just
two.
not enough layers on the wrap, innit?
Yeah, he didn't get the whippants on it.
Yeah.
Those two teams now have better players than us, play better football than us, and are just above us in terms of the way they approach the game, their tactics, everything. It's not a coincidence that we're behind them. They are just better than us. It's so mental. And players like Eze, who I've criticised him down the years for being inconsistent and relying on his ability a little bit too much, and sometimes I think he can come in and out of games. He does things on the ball that it's so rare to see most of our players doing.
Yeah,
other than
I
maybe
said that
Bruno.
on. I think I posted on Blue
And
Sky
I
today.
still wouldn't have him.
I said it's almost like every player we're linked with. You look at him and you think, yeah, they walk into our team and they bring something to our team we haven't got, including him.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's the right signing for us. It just shows that, like, you look at that and you think, how often do our players do what he did yesterday?
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
Jesus
And-
Christ, what's going on here?
Like,
One there,
Ericsson will occasionally sort of clip one in from 20 yards out. Bruno will do it. No one else does it.
No.
Literally no one else ever does it.
No,
Except
you're
maybe Dallo swinging a leg at something, or the odd Garnacho strike. But even then, that's not happening either. No one clips it in from 20 yards like that. And even look at fucking Declan Rice beating Real Madrid single-handedly almost. Like Casemiro or whatever, or aren't capable of that. Him
He just
because of his
missed the ball
age,
there.
and some of them because of
I don't know
their
what he's doing.
ability. We're just miles off.
Just goes under his foot. Got away with that, just goes under Evan Nilsson's foot here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he doesn't think Shaw's missing that.
Yeah.
He almost looks like he fouled Shaw.
Yeah, I
You
couldn't
know
tell what
I
happened
mean?
there.
Yeah,
With, like, the feet almost looked like they got tangled up, didn't they? Benjamin Toppin says, morning from Florida. Morning, Ben.
Morning, bro.
Bournemouth making us look like we're playing underwater again. Sub predictions, and also how do you rate Dorgu today?
Dorgu's have one today, Annie, I think.
That'd been great. again, the high pressing teams are going to expose his sort of technical, what would the word be?
Yeah, build-up's not where he's. Build-up's not for him, innit?
That was good from Garnacho.
It's more like he's just the road runner in the final third and overlap, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Subs wise, I don't know.
I think I'd give Mount a go, and I'd probably give Cheeto a go as well.
Cheeto equalizer.
Deep.
Yeah, I'm not against either of those, to be honest with you.
You know, how easy is that?
I thought he left that there.
I thought he was going to parry it.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe a guy, maybe, I don't know, fucking anything. Just do something.
Anything. Give Fredrickson a bash.
Yeah.
I'd be up for out. It's a good cross. Ish. Not the right cross.
Nobody there.
No. I don't know what Hoyland wanted there, really.
He looks like he's losing the will to live,
Can't see
Hoyland.
anything in that corner.
Oh, fucking hell.
it
Neither
look
can
goes
the
there,
Manchester
we've
United
got
players,
him.
apparently.
We've lost it. We've lost our heads here.
This is just inevitably.
We're going to get another goal, Bournemouth.
Yeah, it's inevitable. That's what I was trying to say.
We've had the usual. You don't start second half, so it's weird.
No.
Like Jay, you said at half
It's
time.
the same under 10
yeah.
You just done that. It's just, yeah, you're right. Do you know what? This has been good, like, post-Ollie.
Yeah.
It's gone on. You know, when United just go in at half time losing, you'd think
my
we'll
God.
come out the second half and get at him and get back in this. And that just doesn't happen anymore.
No.
It feels like it's happened for fucking years.
It is
So,
weird.
like, if anything, it's just going to get worse in the second half.
Evan Nilsson keeps getting on like
He's a good player.
just close, just about, just. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a good player, Evan Nilsson.
And he's got that air of
Trevor Nelson.
It's gonna.
Fuck off.
Where an evidence of goals just gonna happen.
He's gonna score.
He's nearly every second now, and he's just like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. L with a super chat says Wild takes with Joe Smith was better than that half. Benjamin, I've lost it, sir.
Oh, fuck off. If anyone can feel bad enough, got to see all them flares and everything at Anfield.
Damien Ahipini says we lack intensity every week. We get outworked by almost every team we play, and it's disgraceful for a club like Man United. I can't wait to see the back end of some of these players. Interesting phrasing there.
Yeah.
Sort of vaguely sexual at the end there, but I do appreciate the point. Oscar Malloy with the super chat says, I think another reason we miss a lot of chances is because those chances are come against the run of play when we're desperate, as well as players not being good finishers, potentially. But I think that Garnacho chance came sort of, I don't know. I just think that swings of play can happen around goals as well, though. Like if you put that in, you might have the next 15-20 minutes on your side. You can't. I don't know. You don't want players to be desperate all the time and thinking about their future every time they kick the ball, but I also don't think that it's a coincidence that these same players miss a lot of chances season in, season out. Tiesco Santa Clara, Jay was right. Amram needs to spunk more on better player.
I misspoke.
What's wrong with the innuendo today?
I spoke in the, it wasn't today, it was in the news the other day.
He needs to spunk more on better quality players like Cunha. So if Amram does
I accidentally
spunk on
said the word
Cunha,
spunk
is that
instead
something
of
that you would
spend.
celebrate?
Go for Gareth Keenan here.
Celebrate.
So, do you want to see Ruben Amorim spunking on Cunha?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Here we go.
How much would you pay for it?
I don't see the bank account.
I'd pay $10.99 a month for that.
Exactly, yeah, there you go.
In perpetuity.
Yeah.
Deadbug UK, brilliant punch there from Ronaldo. People build the perfect footballer, Messi's left foot, Ronaldo's heading, etc. Can we build the worst possible footballer using characteristics from this United squad? Do you feel uncomfortable doing that, Joe?
I mean, you could have almost like
Maguire or Casemiro's
straight.
speed.
Yeah.
I think Casemiro's.
Mason Mount's fitness.
Yeah. I think maybe Luke Shaw's fitness.
Luke Shaw, yes,
Luke
fair
Shaw's
point.
fitness.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Anthony's right foot.
Anthony's right foot. Anthony's weak foot.
Forgot about him.
It's just
Yeah.
Hoyland's first touch.
Hang on.
What?
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm going. Oh yeah.
It's tough, this, isn't it?
I'd go Harry Maguire's Barnet.
What's up with that?
He's always doing that thing.
Yeah, but at least
Does my head in.
No,
and it's not hair envy. I genuinely want hair like that. I like Maguire, and I think he gets too much stick.
The
But
low-
I wish he'd sort his Barnet out.
The low's
I really do.
IQ. Football IQ.
someone did say that.
Oh, this is horrible, isn't it?
It is harsh.
It's mean.
Lindelof's strength.
Ronaldo's absolutely reveling in it, by
Yeah,
the way.
little Sev.
Lindelof or Garnacho's strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And judging by statistics, you'd say Garnacho's dribbling, which is meant to be a strong attribute because he carries the ball okay, but like, his dribble success rate's the worst.
It's worse in the league.
Worse than the league.
For people who've attempted.
And
a decent
the
amount.
bottom three are all the same player, as someone said. Shouted out Fuad, who said it put it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, a month and a half ago, he did a Valti where he said, Garnacho, Martinelli and Pedro Neto are all variants of the same player.
Yeah.
And then he got like a lot of interaction, and then a stat came out from who scored saying the lowest dribble success rates, and the order was Garnacho, Martinelli and Neto.
And
Yes.
the thing with dribble success rate that people need to be aware of is a dribble is considered going past an opposition player.
Yeah.
I don't know how close you have to be. Or
That's
whatever.
why they have like
But-
FBref as like progressive carries.
Yeah,
and
because
that,
progressive
like,
carries
some
are
people-
just as important, or not maybe not just as important, can be very important as well.
Oh,
and that's
fucking
something
hell,
Garnacho is excellent at.
So you doing that?
But starting one side of your man and ending on the other side of it with the ball still at your feet is what's considered a successful dribble. Just for people who don't know. Right, we're in a good position here.
Go on.
Got to beat.
Oh, mate. Should do better there, Bruno.
I think he was offside.
Or was it?
How was he offside? He looked like he went from behind. How was Garnacho?
Shouldn't be offside
It didn't look
there.
like Garnacho was offside there.
He doesn't need to be offside. He is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, it's,
He
yeah.
needs to be offside though. Just don't do it.
It's a
Well,
good
mind
pick out as
the
well.
ball's decent, yeah. That's what you want from him, but not being offside when he does it. and
Last few
obviously
games for
Bruno
Garnacho,
finishing
he's
it.
been picking people out regularly on
Yeah,
the cross,
do you reckon-
but not getting assists.
Amarim's just fucking sat him down and said, listen, fucking start passing.
Got some more super chats.
Super check.
Sub N says some fans are so naive. Amorim has signed one player. All of these players are Ten Hag players. Some fans just don't want glory. Real rebuild is
What's
painful.
that in response to?
People talking about how Amorim shouldn't get a summer.
He should, and also, like, Dorgu, I know he's not having a good game. He's not been I wouldn't say he's always a bad signing. And even Aiden Evan, don't forget him as well. He's injured, but he looks like he's got something in him.
And also, do you not get the feeling as well that for the first time in years, also
got the ball!
He fouled him! He fouled fucking Dorgu there. Dorgu gets the ball and then he kicks Dorgu.
And he
How
gets
are you
a
fucking
booking
booking him
for
for
that.
it?
Bad decision.
How is that a fucking booking, that?
Literally, it's the other way round.
He gets the ball. It's just the follow through. Like
It's not, but there's no Dorgu. That's it. He fucking fouls Dorgu, man. That's just shit. Dorgu steps in and kicks the ball away, and then he swings through and boots him. Do you know? Fucking, that's what football is, you dickhead.
The linesman, right, is right near that, facing it as well.
That's
from that
absurd.
Side. If he gets a second yellow and gets sent off,
And
I'll be
Dorgu's
fucking
foot,
raging.
he's on the floor. He doesn't foul him. He doesn't kick him. He kicks Dorgu.
That's the worst yellow card I've ever seen in my life.
That is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it, Ronnie? That's a foul the other way around. Just because it's hurt him, that's why he's given a foul.
linesman.
That's just shocking refereeing. Shocking.
Harvey, did you tweet that? Sorry, I've just seen your message.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'll just reply then. I turned my phone around just because United had a corner. I didn't want any notifications coming through in case we scored. Which is
This is
obviously-
Cameron fucking Harry Redknapp's bedroom. Why is it pitch black? Like,
Right.
Harry Redknapp's
This
under
is
a blanket.
a fucking joke.
That's absolute bollocks. I hate stuff like that because it hurt his leg because he basically kicks Dorgu's knee. So we've given them a foul and Dorgu a booking. You could see straight away that's what happened as well, couldn't you? It
It's
wasn't
not
like
a foul
it
in any
wasn't.
way, shape or form by Dorgu.
that's so
Like,
stupid.
there's no
that.
way you can say that is a fucking foul and
He-
you give him a yellow card.
He literally fouls Dorgu.
The ball is gone and he kicks Dorgu and hurts himself. Fucking knobhead. What's this referee's name? He can go on my list. Peter Banks.
Peter Banks.
Is it like your Arya Stark list?
Someone's watching Game of Thrones.
Right.
Have you seen it, Jay?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
mate, completed it.
Have you?
Did you do it like me, where you did it post Euphoria?
A little bit.
A little
bit. Not quite as post Euphoria as you.
Yeah, you can watch it.
Then, by the time I'd got to the final season, I'd caught up. So I watched the final season when it came out. So I was
good.
In the middle of Euphoria for the final season. But I did think it was a little bit... I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave you to it, actually.
Nah, everyone's already said that. Everyone already says it. I think that was a popular statement. Oh my God.
They didn't deserve to fucking score from that because he shouldn't have had a free kick in the first place because he kicked Patrick Dorg, you fucking cheating bastards.
It would be typical for a dodgy decision and him to whip in a free kick from there because he's...
It's just in a fucking great spot, innit? Does he mean it? Let's have a look at the way he strikes it. I don't think he does mean it.
No, he's meant that.
There's
no way it's gone that far to that corner if he's trying to cross that. That was blatantly meant that.
I don't think he did.
Fuck off, he got a corner.
Yeah.
How is he not? Why? See,
because
it's been almost near post.
No, but I think he's tried to play it on the near corner of the 6-yard box and overhit it. Personally,
that is hating on a whole new level. That it's so obvious. It was so obvious he meant that.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he's shooting from there. I think he's trying to put whip on it and land it near post. And he actually slightly overhits it. Is what happened. That's what I think happened. But I think it's I don't know. I just don't think he is. Does he hit the post here as well? Oh, it hits Mainu. Oh, okay. I thought it hit the post. You could see it hit something. I think he's going for that.
I think they're looking whether Tyler Adams handballed it. Oh no.
Of course they are.
Grow up.
Let's try and find.
Can we move
something.
on from that? Because that was the most inconsequential thing ever.
That linesman can fuck off as well because he was right in front of that door.
Yeah, but you know, linesmen don't interfere with decisions really that often.
He didn't.
But he flagged for it. He flagged for it. He gave it the fucking free kick. It just wasn't.
You'd think you'd improve, because linesmen can get away with so much now, innit, because of VAR.
Yeah.
Ish. Is that Harry Amos as well? Lindelof's coming on.
It's just hopeful, but nothing.
Got a couple of super chats. Mario De Silva says, off topic, but is Wrexham's newest promotion an example of why the football pyramid is great or why money is ruining football? Thoughts?
I don't think it's an example of why the football pyramid is great. Personally, I think fair play to Wrexham. You know, they've been through a lot of those fans. The money's obviously come in from Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. How do you say his name?
McElhenney.
The guy off It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Rob McElhenney.
When we was in America, we saw him with all the Wrexham fans.
Yeah.
Which was kind of mad.
I think, and I'm not an expert at all on how much money they've pumped in, but there's been plenty of rich owners of football teams in the lower leagues. It's not easy to just win 3 promotions in a row. I think the thing with them is,
I don't mind it.
More than their money is their fame.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think is putting Wrexham on this extra pedestal. If it was just 2 businessmen from, I don't know, wherever, Wales, who had the same value and wealth that they did, but weren't, Ryan Reynolds is literally top 15 most famous fucking Hollywood stars in the world, then it would be completely different. It'd be seen completely different. Oh, good effort.
Thought he was a cross there, I think.
No, Roddy thought he had a shot there. He just did that on purpose. But yeah, I think it's the fact that they're famous that they get so much hate rather than just the money. But obviously they've chucked a load of money.
Maybe there's a bit of that as well with some of the players, like they can attract, because that fame, it's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would Ben Foster have gone there if they weren't on the telly?
No, not.
I know. You know what I mean? Like,
but like Sheffield Wednesday's owner, they all hate him.
Yeah.
But he's put like fucking 300 million quid of his own money into that club. Go on! Oh! But he's just spent it badly. So
is that the one they all want to kill?
Yes.
Yeah.
And rightly so, by the way. He's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And just doesn't give a shit. Well,
yeah,
just doesn't know what he's doing at all. But I think it's the fame that is the big thing. And the money.
No, like, yeah, it's good to see clubs having, like, you know, doing well and surviving, especially historic clubs. I'm not that fussed, if I'm being honest.
Fuck's sake.
Well done.
Well done, Luke Shaw.
Like a man.
Well done. Do right there, Hoyle.
Go on, doggy. Go on, my son.
Good touch. Oh, booking.
It's one of those, mate. It's annoying because it's a smart foul.
Yeah, isn't it?
Junior cherries. Do you like cherries, Jay? you do, don't you?
No, not really. I never eat them.
What's the fruit that we got in America that time and you were like, fucking love it, and you ate fucking loads of it? There's a fruit that I'd never seen you eat and then all of a sudden you were
pomegranate, kiwi, apple.
What was it?
Was it a bit eccentric?
Not particularly. Was it
Casimiro's off.
Was it mango or pineapple or something? What is there a fruit that you really like?
I'm
sure there was something where
pineapple,
I was like, Jesus,
mango.
I didn't know you're into that.
Oranges.
What are your favourite fruits?
I like a banana.
I want that.
What's the
Apple. Blueberry.
Melon.
No.
Melon.
I know what you mean.
Was it melon? It might have been melon. Do we
Was
buy
it
some
melon?
nice
No,
melons?
so what's like a melon? Is it melon? Cantaloupe. Was it cantaloupe?
That is a type of melon.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
was
cantaloupe.
That.
I've
That's
never
what it
had
was.
cantaloupe before.
Yeah, and we got some fucking nice
I
little
was like
cantaloupe melons. And
Kramer
you
in
were smashing them.
Seinfeld with his cantaloupe.
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? And you were like, are you for real?
It was great.
We don't have much cantaloupe in Eccles, lad.
He was actually left on our bench anyway.
Maguire, Mainu and Casemiro all coming off.
Yeah. Kaz Mofo. We all know the league's over for us. We're still in Europa, but they need to at least have some courage.
Right, why are they interrupting the United game to show the fucking Scouse bus?
Tottenham versus Liverpool. Do you think he'll get sacked, Slot?
Slot?
Not Slot, sorry.
About to say that's a bold
Postecoglou.
decision.
Yeah, Slot ain't going anywhere. Big flange.
Yeah. When we beat him in the Europa final, that'll be his last game.
God bless. I'd love that. Come on. He's offside there, isn't he?
Okay, no.
Bruno
One man in the box.
just fell over.
First ball. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done.
We're going to get a goal from Mount.
How's your touch? Just about good enough is how I would describe that. That's fantastic though. Well done. That was really good play, that. Unlucky. Great first touch.
Come on, United. Fucking hell.
Would you have Ancelotti?
No, I'm sticking with Ruben.
So.
Yeah. I'm all in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no fucking...
You know. It did look like he slipped into it, but still, contact was
I didn't see that.
Who have we got left on the bench? On this, that graphic will show in a second when it switches over. I'll just wait.
That was right with the foul.
No one really.
Cheeto, maybe?
Ericsson and Cheeto was probably the only. Ericsson and Cheeto.
Oh! That's definitely a booking, that. Fucking hell.
Sorry, you can just scissor kick someone, but if you get kicked while your fucking name's Patrick Doyle,
Did he
you
get
got
booked?
fucking...
Yeah, he did. I was going to say.
Fucking hell.
Callum Ridings says, oh no. Oh wait. No. God. Says, Amrim spunking on Cunha should be an option on the red button to distract us from watching this shite. Paul Shoes. Jay laughs like McFly's dad. As in Martin McFly.
Oh, yeah.
Benjamin Topping
Do you know
says,
an interesting thing about my McFly's dad?
it's his mum, but he didn't know and he shags him.
No, there's that.
Something like that.
Oh, they're looking at this for a red card. They won't give a red card because it's United and they don't want it.
No, they're not going to give that.
Scissor.
Crispin
Scissor
Glover.
Oh, actually.
I don't know.
Go on,
if it-
just send him
I
off.
think he's... That's a fucking nasty one, that, though.
Dangerous though, isn't it?
He's out of control.
Filthy. It's the ankle. It's the studs up on the back ankle there. He's checking the bitch.
Checking.
No check.
I think the Tyler Adams one was worse.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Mike McFly's dad was played by Crispin Glover in the first film, but he fell out of him and didn't want him to use him in the second film, so they used someone else. But he's upside down in the second film because he had to put makeup on him.
I feel like they always...
So you don't really see him properly. He's upside down because his hover thing's broke.
I don't think this is a red.
But because he's gone to the thing, it's going to be a red now. Yeah, he slips into that.
The question is he slipped so it's not a thing? What's he doing? He's walking back over.
Has the referee ever gone and just stuck with his
He's
thing?
walking back over. He's going to take the yellow and get rid of it. Yeah, he's got rid of the yellow. And he's getting a red card out. He's off. Evan Nilsson's off. And he's just booked the captain as well for kicking off about it. So, Bournemouth down to 10 men. Is that going to help Manchester United? We'll have to wait and see. John McGuigan says, that's harsh, gutted if it's given against you. Rafa D says, not harsh at all, given the 2 revs we've received this season. Ashley Everson says, Bruno got the same. Dan C says, we still ain't scoring, FFC. Adam Kenny says, where's Joe behind the Asda again? Yeah, he's gone for a fight behind Asda. That has been the bane of my news, that Joe fighting in Asda, by the way. Oh, he's just booked Ariola as well, I think, or someone else. He's booking everyone, this ref. He's absolutely loving it, bless him.
Has he got sent off?
Yeah.
I think that's bollocks, that, personally. I don't think that's a red at all.
I think
what people saying in the comments is everyone think
it's a bit of a debate going on. Panaflex96 says, keep mentioning a slip, doesn't matter if it's a slip. Alex Husted says, Adams should be off already, so this is fair.
That's how it works.
Kev Rotherham says, oh no, not very men again.
You don't have to read them all.
Get Obi on for fuck's sake, says Steve Owen. Shane McGovern says Bruno got one. Phil Berry says we'll still get beat. Carl S says 100% red. Joe, you must be punch drunk from all that fighting outside Asda, probably. Nani got a red card for controlling the ball, lol, says Sean McGrinder. I'm glad that people still bring it up because I've not got over it yet.
What does that have to do with this decision?
Lots. We will never get over that red card against Real Madrid, Ronnie. What is up with you?
I thought Tyler Adams...
Personally,
the Tyler Adams one in the first half was more of a red card.
Yeah, I agree. Brobot says red enough.
Yeah,
I like that. But yeah, I just think it's...
As we showed against Leon, though, once you're down 10 million against United, you're fucked.
Why is it a red, though? What's the red?
I think as he slips, is he slipped because he's a bit out of control?
Yeah.
And his studs have gone into the back of...
studs into the ankle, is that what's the red?
I think so, I don't know.
Because he was like over the ball.
Go on, Mount. This is it. This is where Mason Mount's career got going at United. Watch.
Jason Mount.
Here we go on.
Go on, Jace.
Go on, Mounty.
Jace.
Nice little turn there from your guy. Go on, son.
Little whip.
On your own. You're all on your own there, lad. Megsies.
Doesn't need anyone else.
Go on, he's giving it back.
He's truly did his best to fuck that up, didn't he?
Yeah. I think his head's gone there, the lad. Neil Moss is on a yellow card as well. Rightly so. I fucking hate
Utara's got the ball and said,
whoever he is.
You got it. It's all right, man. It's all right. You got it. You can keep. It's all right. You got it. You can keep going.
Yeah. So. Dog away with a shot.
Right,
cross. Whatever. It's a grey area.
Actually, I don't. I'd do it Sunday League and be like, why did anyone get in the red on it? It's like, it's the worst floated, like, impossible to attack cross.
There's no one there.
Fucking, what are you doing?
You know, people, like, no matter where they've crossed the ball in the box, it's like, why is no one there? Look at
Fucking
there we go.
Kirkus is just...
Megsy's there. Oh, this guy's going on a run now. You've had it.
Copperfield. Are you fucking joking?
The thing is with Kirkus is perfect for being a man down because he can almost count as 2 people.
Yeah.
With like how much he runs.
Up and down. Round and round. Benjamin Toppin, I don't know if you read this, says, I'll bring some cantaloupe and honeydew to Atlanta.
Benjamin Toppin. Good lad.
one of the great melon areas of the world, actually.
Atlanta.
Well, just the sort of... I'm thinking
south.
Florida.
Peaches. Georgia peaches.
It probably must be deep south.
Georgia peaches.
Georgia peaches, Florida oranges. They just do... The climate is so good for that kind of fruit.
Yeah.
You get fantastic fruit down there.
Okay, good.
Some of the fruit used to get with my
Getting
grandma's.
absolutely peached, aren't you?
Getting like the biggest fucking heaviest watermelons you've ever had.
I'm gonna fucking
Sounds like I'm
absolutely
getting a bit innuendo here.
Oh,
Honestly, the amount of
What
heavy
do you mean?
melons I've slipped on in that part of the world.
When you say watermelon, what did you mean by that, Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
I'm saying that I ate a lot of watermelon in that part of the world. I don't know what you're saying, but that's all I'm saying right now. Okay?
This is the point in the watch-along where we're bored of the United game, so we start
trying
trying
to insinuate that Joe's a racist.
Make him look like he's right wing. Don't foul him. Don't foul him.
Yeah, watermelon in England is way too inconsistent. Sometimes you get them and they're just fucking white inside.
Yeah, shit.
It's a proper good holiday fruit, watermelon.
A lot of hydration.
Yeah. Cheeto.
There he is.
A lot of hydration in it, innit?
Maz Rowie off for Cheeto Obi.
I think I know they're called watermelon, so it's not a huge shot, but I think it is the highest water content of any fruit.
Is it?
Watermelon. Again, not a real shot, but
I can't believe.
Grapes.
What about
What?
grapes? I've just said it's watermelon, isn't it?
No, I'm saying
What?
grapes is like, is that not one that's more water?
What's got more water, grapes or watermelon?
Yeah.
Producer Ben arguing it's grapes.
I just think it could be.
Well, no, say your chest out. Don't fucking back down now you've said it.
We'll see.
Apparently there's a lot with like 92%.
Well, which has got the most though?
Watermelon seems to have the highest. Cucumber has got the highest of all fruits, but it's not a fruit, is it?
Oh, is that Cheeto?
Cheeto
Oh,
scored then,
fucking hell.
sort
He
of.
fell over and stood up and still got a half
I think
decent
the
shot
pass was
out.
just a bit behind him. I didn't know whether 10 men was going to help us or hamper us because I thought if Bournemouth decided just to sit in.
Yeah. Man on!
Oh, shit.
Go on,
But,
Mason.
but the
Go
thing
on,
is,
son.
I don't think it's Iraola's style.
Fucking hell, lad.
No.
To,
Oh my God, we've got an extra man and somehow we're the fucking man down. What are you laughing at?
I don't know if I want to read it.
Go on. It's super chat, you got to read it out.
It is a super
Go
chat.
get it out, man.
And I don't know if
Let me have a look.
No, because it's about you.
Oh, was it mean?
Let
Let me say.
It's up to you to. Do you like Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, I love him.
Then you might not find it mean.
Okay, go on then. I look like E.T. or something.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I've had that before, I don't mind that.
Jay reminds me a bit of E.T. Same body type, top man.
Same body type as E.T. Can we get a picture of E.T.'s body? Please, in fact, I'll get one. Give me my
That is
single.
harsh, isn't it, that?
Give me my single.
As well, how would you describe E.T.? First of all, he's a top man. He's an
Right.
absolute top man.
Right, come to my single here. Right, this is the body type that.
Why are you on eBay?
I'm trying to buy an ET, apparently. Right, this is the body type that he says I look like.
Pull it back.
Same body type,
That is
top
an
man.
Absolutely.
Bro,
This comparison. isn't it?
I don't mind the top man bit, but same body type as ET. I'm fucking down 69 kg, son.
He's not fat.
Hey, that's absolutely stunning.
Same body type as
He's
E.T.
trying to say slim beer belly, innit?
Yeah.
That's
Do you know what, bro? I don't mind it.
DB Cooper says E.T. was a nice fella, to be fair.
Top man. Yes, yes.
Yes. Fucking love it. Not why I love it. It's
He was
grossly
out,
inappropriate.
He was out of this world, wasn't he?
Nah. Can we give him that one? You're rubbing off on him. Very good, very good. What I love about him was how proud he was of himself when he said it. That makes it.
Nah, you got to smile when you see it.
Yeah, you have. You got to. Do you know what I mean? You can't be saying it half-eyed. Say it with your chest out with a smile on your face. Right, come on, United. Just get 2 goals and win this fucking game.
Cheeto equalizer.
That's nice. Who's that?
Oh, my
Ugarte.
God.
Good bit of awareness, that. Hook it around the corner there. He's doing
He's doing the right idea. Do you know what I mean?
It's just not making it past that first man, is it?
Ah, they've been dying for that one, isn't it?
FPL Mickle has been a member for 7 months. So if this game doesn't bring Joe out behind Astor for some frustration release, then nothing will.
What the fuck is this thing about you fighting Asda? It's every live we're on.
I don't know.
Have you had a scrap outside Asda? Have you been arranging
someone
fights?
that looks like him, maybe.
No, I've never done any of that. So, but if this has literally been going on for about 6 months. Someone used to do some super chat. I can't remember what it is now. Apologies. They used to do super chat saying, Joe, we need to have a rematch behind the Asda in Worksop, me and you fight.
Yeah, I
like
saw it on the live the other
like
night.
I'd done it before.
Right.
And they just kept saying it, and I don't know what
You've
it
not
means.
had a fight in the Worksop.
I've never had a fight outside of Asda in my life.
Have you ever shot with this from Asda?
Yeah.
Right, good lad.
Not major, but just little.
Yeah, it's a grey area.
Little putting the cantaloupe straight in the
Steve's
pocket and stuff.
Can anyone fill me in on a game? Why don't you just put it on?
Don't say that out loud. We're gonna pretend that you watched it all later.
No, I think you shouldn't. I think you should do the opposite. You just say, from what I've heard.
Yeah,
I've not seen it, but obviously it's kind of like important. I can't wait to find out why. You just put it on because I know. Do you know what I mean?
Hang on a sec. Sorry to interrupt you. A full named Huggy says, does Worksop even have an Asda? Seems a bit forward thinking for Worksop.
Wow.
Firstly, fuck off. Secondly, I think we've got 3 Asdas.
3? That's insane.
There's certainly 2. There's a big Asda
Yeah.
down near Claylands.
The middle one
Not
and a small
Claylands,
one.
down near the Glassworks. Then you've got the little one up at Roman's Rest. And I think there could be a third one knocking about. So any of this, we've got plenty of Asdas, mate. There's no shortage of Asdas to fight in. It's just I've not been doing it. Fucking hell, man. I don't know why I've stopped it there. Just let it play on.
I think they don't mind.
No, they do. Yeah, that's what I mean. They want that. Space Cowboy says, what the fuck does this have to do with football? Nothing.
That's the customary.
Mason Mount. I was involved in this game with the booking. Is he getting to get one? It's just fucking shit, innit?
Yeah, it is.
It's a shit game. United, yet again, heading for another defeat in the Premier League. That's going to be our 16th, which is fucking shambolic, and there are no excuses for it.
Again, though, it's another game where, like, they've not really made a lot, have they? Bournemouth.
You don't have to get
United. That's what I mean. It's so easy to beat us.
Yeah, you know what? I think, how many times has Kepa had a save to make?
Yeah.
I said this about the fucking, is it Sarr for Wolves? Like, the other week.
Yeah, it is.
It's just, how many saves they actually making where you go, what a fucking save? Almost none.
No.
You're playing against United. It's just like you say, it's easy, innit? It's a fucking testimonial half the time. And yeah, we've had a lot of the ball in the final.
Is that a foul for us or?
And we've had a couple of shots, I think. I think Maino had one that was straight at him. Garnacho had one that was a decent save, but it wasn't amazing. No. It's just like...
And since they've been down to 10 men the last 11 minutes or so, 10 minutes, it's not looked any different. The game's been the same. United looking like we're trying a little bit, but when it actually comes down to it, we're either under-hitting the passes, going straight to the first man, or shooting from bad areas.
Deal with that one, innit?
Yeah. No.
On your head, son.
Cheers, Alejandro. Appreciate that.
This is better.
On
Pull it
your
back.
head, son.
Mason Mount!
Oh, I just never believed.
Pass was a little soft as well, wasn't it?
Just never believed.
And again, same again.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Hey, this is...
I love how good
I
actually don't. Sometimes I don't mind his play style where it's just, if I could get a shot off, I will.
I'm having one. Oh,
even if there's 3 guys right on my
footstep.
footstep.
Shot there, I'll have that as well. Oh yeah, go on.
Don't foul him.
Yeah.
Win that back. Keep
He's
the pressure up.
the only one that fucking gets. He's the only one that shoots.
Who got that shot?
I wish Bruno would shoot more. I wish Bruno sometimes would have a bit more of that kind of Garnacho greediness at times.
Yeah.
So I think Bruno with his ball striking, he should actually shoot more than he does.
Yeah.
That was what he was known for in Sporting as well. But
Some of the goals he scored for Sporting.
I think he did.
Oh, here we go. Fucking hell.
Although it's not a foul. Fuck off.
He won't get it because he won't get in there.
It's not a foul.
Boy,
and also, do you think it is?
Nah, it's more smart in it, but
he's gone down
it's
there
one of
because
them,
he knows he can't get it. I don't think
if he could get to it, he would be given a foul. But
go on, Luke Shaw. On your own, son.
Garnacho's on, obviously. First time cut across. Just that's happening every time. Is that the pass not being good enough? Is it Bournemouth defending well? Is it our strikers not doing enough? Garnacho, the amount of time he's just squared the ball across the box and it just goes to a Bournemouth player. I don't think we've had one where it's a United player on the end of it.
Can you get
Same again. That was just shit.
Oh, there's going to be a Semenyo Lindelof one-on-one at some point.
Oh, no.
Can't wait for that.
Fucking hell.
Come on, dogs. There's a sub for Bournemouth. Semenyo coming off. Too easy. That cross is so hopeful, isn't it? Proper Mo Salah cross that. He does that all the fucking just swing a leg, clip it into the box. 1,000 times.
No,
I'll give Mo Salah.
I fucking love it.
I give Mo Salah a lot of respect. He's a fantastic player. But the amount of times I just see him stood on one leg with his fucking left foot in the air, waiting for something to happen, and then just clips the ball in, and then someone else has to do well with it.
He does do a lot of hopeful.
But obviously it works.
A lot of players are like that. It's like Bruno and KDB can be like that, innit? It's a volume. A lot of it.
That's a good cross. That. Oh,
that
really
corner.
Good cross that from Luke Shaw. Dangerous cross there because it's one of them where if they get that wrong, you might even score an own goal there. Well done. Come on.
Right. Come on, Cheeto.
Cheeto equalizer.
Yeah. Ideally, what a fucking Hoyland goal to take with him to Bilbao, but we're not going to get anything from that.
Pants.
It's like when I'm dying for a piss right now, but I
Go for it.
Go for it. You're not going to miss anything. Trust me. Trust me on that one.
Probably
It's
will.
either going to be 1 or 2-0 to Bournemouth. So
Yeah.
Feel free.
Oh, hello. He's fucking hurt himself, has he?
No, he hasn't.
The goalkeeper needs some attention. There's a surprise. He's such a fucking knobhead, Kepa. He is, isn't he? Remember when he wouldn't come off that time against City and he fucking conceded every single penalty, the dickhead?
That was mental, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, like the manager wanted him off.
He wasn't doing what it was clear he was doing. Parag says, why is this team so low on confidence? It's just been shit for 2 years. James Stewart says, Joe's opinion on double denim, PSJ, sorry, love you. That was for the ET comment.
No, it's alright, don't mind it.
Double denim,
support.
The best. The absolute best.
You love double denim, don't you?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great look. Timeless.
Timepiece.
Tiesco Santa Clara says, Joe knows the first rule about Fight Club is that we don't talk about Fight Club.
That's a very good point. Fair enough. I'll stop asking about it.
Cameron Ketch, I'm slowly starting to think we might be crap.
Really? I hope
Did you notice that?
I hope they're wrong.
Me too. Me too, indeed. Just wasted a couple of minutes here, haven't they?
Yeah, it's just fucking getting the clock run down. Now, if there's not at least 5 minutes of added time now, that is a fucking joke.
They won't add it on because this is the sort of game where it's like the season's running down. United are shit. You should be doing better anyway. Like, yeah, you're not going to get.
There's literally fuck all wrong with him as well. That's the mad thing.
Back up. Ronaldo's locked himself out of the room.
United have scored 5 goals. Just fucking smashing it, bro.
Pass the controller to a 2-year-old.
It's just same old. We just basically nothing happened when Eureka's cat was on the floor.
Oh.
Go on, Luke Shaw.
More stoppage time, maybe, though.
It should be.
Good pass. Good touch. Out to Garnacho.
Fucking hell. Just need something from Mount, man, at some point. Come on.
Good time, innit? When this is all I feel like we've got someone to make themselves an equalizer. Just all out attack. We just need a moment of inspiration. They're down to 10 men.
I wasn't quite there for Obi tried to lay it off to Rasmus, but didn't quite.
Come on, well done, Cheeto. Dropped back in and won the ball back there.
Ooh.
That's a good turn from Dorgu as well. Who's out left?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Right,
Overlap. Play it. Well done. Good cross. That's better.
Go on.
You got to score. Oh!
Mount.
Why does everything get fucking blocked?
And it's blocked.
Fuck's
This is what I
sake.
said about the 10 men thing, but like, because defensively, even if we get there, there's just men in the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Perfect.
Dorgu.
Great run from Dorgu. Great pass from Garnacho. Great cross from Dorgu as well. And Mount does nothing wrong at all. It just fucking flicks the defender.
Just good defending, innit?
Yeah, but that's the sort of thing. If we do that 10 times, you'll get 2 goals.
Go on.
Like that's
Sure.
Rubbish.
Bit low percentage, that, innit? Like,
Yeah,
It's like, is it how many of those are going to go in?
Yeah.
1 in 20.
I think that's being kind.
Dorgu's come off. Is it Amas who's gone?
He has a lot of
no,
mixed-
it's Ericsson. Sorry.
There's a lot of mixed bag games, Dorgu. Because
Yeah.
he did a lot of things wrong today, but then like he does a few things that are quite positive.
What we thinking stoppage time? Got to be at least 5 minutes, hasn't it?
9
9.
minutes.
As many as 9, Jay.
Serves him right for
Can do a
taking
lot
the
in
piss.
9
The
minutes.
fucking idiot.
Yeah,
He's still doing it now.
A lot of time wasting.
Yeah.
I think I believe we equalise. I thought it was 2-2 going to happen, but I think 2-2 could have maybe still happened if it was 11v11.
It's so hard to win games in the Premier League, isn't it, for us?
Yeah.
Like, you realise just how competitive it is at all times, every game, 90 minutes. Other than those bottom 3. Like, look at Wolves this season. Around Christmas, they could quite easily have got relegated.
Yeah, I think most people thought they were going to.
And now they're fucking unbeatable.
It was. I think everyone just believed it was always going to be the thingy teams, though.
Promoted team.
Yeah, but I mean, they were right.
Yeah,
Points wise,
yeah.
they were
And
right
Everton
in that
as well.
conversation.
Everton
Well,
as
go on,
well.
Cheeto. Go on.
Go on, Cheeto.
Oh!
Shit.
Cheeto there, near post shot, saved by
manufactured.
Kepa.
He ended up almost like scooping it up there, didn't he, to get a bit of. Like
Does it well,
the strike
yeah.
in the end is a slightly unusual one. He like sort of stabs it at it, doesn't he? Toe poke.
Come on, I want him to get his
Decent
first
effort
goal.
there. Yeah, me too.
Is that his second shot since he's come on?
He's fucking looked lively, hasn't he, to be fair.
How many's
with him.
Hoyland had? I reckon it's 0.
Probably.
Very weird how that happens.
Come on. Ericsson. Back to Garnacho. Only one thing happening here.
Him shooting straight into the legs of a Bournemouth player.
Because the clock has ticked into Man United needs a hero, and I am that hero. Oh, lovely.
Oh, just head it across, man.
Steve Crossman. Did you watch Palace Villa yesterday?
Yeah.
I felt like Villa just
Fucking,
played
what is
into
going on
Palace's
here?
hands, didn't they?
Oh, it was good from Glasgow though.
Yeah.
I think tactically got it spot
He's
on.
won 4 of the last 5 against them, you know.
Yeah,
Has
he
it?
has their number. I heard that Palace
Yeah.
have Villa's number for some reason. But then he came
Go
on.
on
After,
then.
he came on in the press conference talking about like.
Luke Shaw special here. Well done, Garnacho. Oh,
Fucking hell.
That's in. Oh my
fuck's
God.
sake.
That hit the outside of the fucking
Fernandez
netting.
was shot from the edge of the box.
Oh, I thought that was in. See here, this has been good last few minutes. Getting the ball in the box, we're having shots, they're having to block everything like that. That's
That was
probably
going in.
This one's going in.
Ericsson's shot was definitely going in. What an effort.
On the fucking, like, as it's bouncing as well.
The
That's
technique
such
on
a hard technique, that. That's literally a foot. A foot to the left.
Unlucky
and
Bruno,
that's in.
son.
God's sake.
Fucking 5 minutes there.
Yeah. 6
out
if
of-
you include
yeah.
the other one. Come on, Jay, we can do this. We can get a draw here. Keeper. Oh, is it? Yeah, well done.
That was
Hold
a
on.
goal pass from Lindelof. He did it the
Yeah.
got
Got it
safe
out.
side.
Go on, Luke
safe
Shaw.
side way.
Rather than playing it to feet near post. Come on then now. Come on. They've looked quite good last. I know, obviously they're going to sit back, but we're actually getting the ball in the box to people's feet. I'm quite happy with that. Bruno, where's that?
Don't need to do that.
See that?
Good hands, Kepa. I do think he should shoot more, but he's gonna go down and be like, oh,
this fucking guy, he's absolutely milking every fucking minute of this.
I mean, that took that jumper off for 2 months. That's how you know he's depressed.
Yeah.
He's
gonna go. He's gonna go full fucking Jose. And remember when Jose looked like he climbed out of a skip?
He filled that one up. He used to fill that out, innit?
Yeah. It's looking a bit loose around the neck, isn't it? Don't know if
fucking hell! Oh my god!
We've seen a miracle today. Luke Shaw played 90 minutes, according to Floors. Good point.
He's fuming. It's a long travel. It's a long away day as well, man. Especially on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But a lot of them could be Southern Reds as well, innit? So.
Still,
It's
still a fucking long way from London, to be fair.
Still a lot going.
And a lot will be, exactly.
Yeah.
Find him. What I've noticed is a lot of the attacking players gone down the left side, innit?
Yeah, it all has,
left side bias. I feel like we've had that for years.
Yeah, we have.
Luke
Shaw was a big part of that, and Rashford used to be a big part of that as well. Now it's Garnacho.
But Garnacho in this system, he roams a bit though.
He does, yeah. But last 10 minutes, it's been Garnacho squaring the ball with his left foot. Who's that? That's a good cross. Not too good.
Bruno, go on, Bruno.
Nicely set.
Yes! Yes! Hoyland!
Is he onside?
He's offside. He's onside.
Hoyland.
He needs that. That's what we wanted.
Well done, son. Tapping as well. Good strikers finish that.
You hit him.
I think he guides it in, doesn't he?
Don't you dare turn. Don't you dare say it's offside.
Nah,
I think he might be off. Because there's another touch comes in late, is my worry.
No, he's not.
I think it's going to be really close, that.
Oh yeah, just hit him. Well guided. Nah, he's onside.
I think he's on.
I said
he's a good
Well
reaction.
done, lad. Well done.
It's a good finish.
Nah.
Come on, fucking got 2 minutes here to get another.
Is he onside?
Somehow win
Kicked
this.
off.
Yeah.
Come on!
It's on, man.
Come on! We'll have 3 minutes, yeah?
He needed
at
that
least.
fucking hell.
Yeah,
Get
we did.
Bit of that stat been getting rammed down his throat.
What?
There was one up on the screen before the game. Was it like fucking one in 18 or whatever it was in the Premier League? I can't remember what it was.
It's 1 in 1 now.
Fucking shite.
1 goal in his last 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's how we look at it.
No.
Fourth Premier League goal this season.
Please. Just let me have this. In the last 1 minute, he's averaging 90 goals a game.
Perfect.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable numbers.
That's what you wanted. Wanted him to get a goal.
Yeah,
as well,
it's looking for Thursday. Yeah.
He needs to get his confidence back up, man.
Well done.
Because fucking the only thing we've got, man.
I know.
Up top.
Come on. You're not making fucking people jog off the pitch anymore. Is that not a thing? Refs used to do that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Now he's fucking taking his wrist like he's getting fucking unchanged on the pitch.
Might probably get to play to 100 minutes now.
We should do. It was 95-20 when that goal went in, and nothing's happened for the last 2 minutes.
He got man of the match as well.
Dango, was it?
Yeah, Tara.
Yeah.
He's been decent.
Yeah.
They haven't been like an obvious standout, but he's been decent.
Come on, lads. One more
chance. Shidovi winner. You feeling it?
Oh, mate. Imagine.
Where's Ghana?
I'm glad Rasmus scored that.
So is it? Are we saying we can only play well with a man advantage?
Yeah.
And even then, it's not certain by any means. Ooh! Push it. That's our ball. That's a corner. Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yes, fucking hell.
You fucking shielding that out for? It's our ball.
Is that a pen on Cheeto? We're feeling it.
Nah. Might be. Let's see it again. Turns him, knocks it.
No, he's not.
They won't give that in
If he
this
sticks a
instance.
leg out, it is, but
Yeah.
his legs are too tight. Come on, though.
Come on, Cheeto. Or Rasmus again for the brace. Fucking hell, imagine. Absolute scenes.
Are we not crossing it?
Put it. Go back to Onana. Play it safe.
Fucking hell, what are you doing?
Cross it in straight away.
Honestly, last minute of the game, you got a corner and we do a short corner, ends up with a fucking goal kick. We are brainless.
Yeah, it was
cross it in
absolute
straight
shit.
away.
I know. Is there any need for all that nonsense? This fucking guy as well.
Probably going to blow up here, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's taking forever with this.
He does it all the time, and we should have had another minute because they've had 2 subs as well.
We might get this last attack. Brilliant. Keep it. Good from hurry up. Cheeto and Hoyland did well then Hoyland fucking took too long and
It's
lost
annoying
it.
we've not got Cheeto in Europe, innit? Just as an option.
Just an option.
Yeah. Right.
Come on.
I think is that
Yeah,
it?
he's blew
That's
There
it.
you go. Full time. 1-1. United coming back against 10 men there to equalise in the last few minutes. Take that, Jay, or do you think you should have pushed on?
No, I wanted a Hoyland goal, funnily enough. I want him to get his confidence back, to get something going for Thursday. It's all about Thursday. And he got it, so hopefully he can take that into Bilbao and shows a little bit more of that play we saw last season, because we said it before the game, didn't we? Hoyland's confidence seems to have fallen off a cliff, but hopefully he can take a little bit from that. Because, like you said, it's 1 goal in his last 9 minutes of football.
It's
whatever it is,
unbelievable.
so
An
you got to give him
unbelievable
credit.
record.
But it's overall, it was pretty poor from United. We didn't get going until they went down to 10 man.
Yeah.
You can't rely on that every week.
Huncho says trash ass team.
Trash.
How do you-
Ass.
what-
Yeah,
Team.
I'm not gonna lie to
How
you.
do you reflect on that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. We aren't great. Do you know what I mean? I thought the game was, even when it was 11v11, was evenish. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, I think, but obviously we started getting a bulk of our joy when they were down to 10 men. So there's a massive caveat there. So it shows that we're really good when the other man has a man less, as we've shown against.
That should be
shown
our
against Leon.
tactic.
But
Have the opposite. Have an extra player than the opposition.
Yeah.
That's what we need to start doing every
We
week.
should
But
ask them if they're up for starting the game.
It's a good game as well when it happens.
Yeah.
It's a bit more even, isn't it? Football's the winner.
It is mad though, isn't it?
but we'll be better. We have to be better in Europe, obviously, against Bilbao, and
Yeah.
even if Spurs get through when we play them. But it's just another game where we haven't really won the league, but the performance on the whole was still very underwhelming. But point away at the Vitality at this point in the season when there's almost nothing to play for. It's not much else to say, but I would say that Hoyland, obviously getting a goal will be good for him to get a bit of confidence, because he's our only option up front.
Yeah.
And but other than that,
I thought there were some good signs there, but we'll get into all of that in the full post-match review in a few minutes, so stay where you are. You'll automatically be taken over there. We'll go through the game in detail, look at those goals, look at how it affects United in Europe on Thursday as well. But it wasn't a loss.
Yeah.
That's something.
Which is its own kind of victory.
Which is a win in a way, for God's sake. That's where we're up to these days. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for joining us at home. Bournemouth 1, Manchester United 1. See you in a bit.